Thursday, October 9th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, heading home. Lake George wildfire evacuees allowed to return today. Following news, the fire is now being held. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And the fantastic grown-up book fair. We'll get the details on an upcoming event that's celebrating local storytellers while letting the big kids feel like little kids again.
Plus, chocolate for breakfast? Well, we'll chat with the co-owners of Halifax's Whim Chocolate and hopefully try some of their wares. All that and so much more coming up on the Thursday edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning. Come on in. 6:01 this morning, 6:31 in Newfoundland and Labrador. So glad you're joining us. We have Tavia, Amanda, and myself here today to give you all the information you need to get your day started on this October 9th. If you like chocolate, bark. You just saw in our video there that there was chocolate bark, which is my favorite.
Oh, it is so good, especially from like a local chocolate company.
Yes.
Looking forward to that. Love a good read, too. We're talking about the fantastic grown-up book fair, which is happening in Mahone Bay, Nova Scotia this weekend. It's also, we're getting closer to the Thanksgiving weekend as well.
I know. And these are all, we're sort of tap dancing around the white elephant in the room, which is big changes in the weather. At least in the Halifax area, blustery and much colder this morning.
Yes, I was a little disappointed with the precipitation that we received. I thought it was going, apparently, according to our estimates, it was supposed to be a heavier rainfall. Unfortunately, we didn't get that. We did get some precipitation, though, and it is much colder, as you mentioned, Crystal.
So we are getting, okay, we'll look at your full forecast, but if the precipitation is mainly over?
Well, we are going to see some scattered showers for parts of the region still, so some light shower activity still sprinkled across the region, but for the most part, yeah, sunshine's going to return.
Well, you know, some good news with that Lake George wildfire. So it's been downgraded, too. So that's being held.
Yes.
And evacuees, more than 200, they're now heading back. So I'll have those details coming up in the news.
Absolutely. But if you are heading out this morning, bundle up. It's feeling quite cold across the region early this morning. Here's a live look at Fredericton, a dark start to the day. Yet again, we are going to see sunshine in your area as the sun begins to rise, but it's only 4 degrees as you head outdoors. And as Crystal mentioned, it is quite windy across the region as well today. 9 degrees heading outdoors in Charlottetown and in Halifax, with 12 in Sydney, 0 starting off your day in Labrador City, 19 over in St. John's. We do still have air quality statements in effect for Kings and Annapolis counties, still seeing a reduction in local air quality due to wildfire smoke. Now seeing frost advisories in effect across New Brunswick, as well as into Halifax and western Nova Scotia. This is for early tomorrow morning. So over to our satellite and radar. Sunshine returns in our forecast, but we do have a bit of precipitation tracking across the region. A chance of some scattered showers for Cape Breton, eastern mainland Nova Scotia, seeing isolated showers for parts of Prince Edward Island, and also seeing some wet weather moving across parts of Newfoundland, looking at periods of rain. Wind changes direction out of the northwest this morning. As of right now, sustained wind 46 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 33 into Grand Etang and in Canso, with 24 into Moncton and Halifax. We do have wind gusts to notify you of, getting up to 57 right now in North Cape, 43 kilometers per hour in Grand Etang, and 37 in Halifax and Charlottetown. We'll have a look at your long-range forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news headlines with Amanda.
Thank you so much, Latavia. And we begin with some very good news from Nova Scotia's Kings County. The Lake George wildfire is now officially being held. DNR posted the update late last night, explaining it means the fire is not likely to move as long as conditions don't change. The post says the fire is not yet under control, so it could potentially grow beyond the 288 hectares already consumed. Perhaps the best news, though, is for the evacuees. They're being told they can return home today with a phased approach through a number of checkpoints. They'll be required to bring ID to prove they belong there. About 350 addresses were evacuated because of the fire, which broke out last month. As the season winds down, there are questions about the cause of some of the wildfires in New Brunswick this year and how the province needs to prepare for future wildfire seasons. There have been 422 fires in the province so far, almost twice the 10-year average. DNR officials say they're still trying to determine what caused many of them.
I don't want to speculate at this point, other than we are completing an investigation of the start of that fire, and we'll see what the conclusion is after that.
I think it's important that the departments do their job to find out how that fire started. It's not for me to say.
Are you concerned that they're not doing that? Are you concerned that they're not?
I am concerned that there's not enough diligence in the investigation of these fires and to figure out how they started and make sure the public's aware, and how do we mitigate that in the future, most importantly. Those are important questions.
According to DNR's annual report, 199 of the wildfires in 23-24 were caused by humans and industry, with 10 others by lightning. A renewed effort to locate the missing Sullivan children has once again resulted in nothing.
No human remains were found related to this or any other investigation.
4-year-old Jack and 6-year-old Lily vanished from their rural home in Lansdowne Station more than 5 months ago, prompting a massive ongoing investigation. The latest tactics saw specially trained cadaver dogs from Western Canada comb a large area over 3 days, but they too found no sign of the missing children. RCMP say they're still treating this as a missing persons case, adding they are still receiving tips and have hours of surveillance video to go through. For now, there are no new searches planned unless new information comes in. Nova Scotia's Deputy Chief Medical Examiner ruled Ryan Sawyer's death a homicide resulting from neck compression. The testimony came at day 3 of Alexander Levy's trial for manslaughter and criminal negligence causing death. Levy is accused of choking Sawyer to death outside the Halifax Ale House in the early morning hours of Christmas Eve 2022. Paramedics told the trial Tuesday they couldn't find a pulse on Sawyer, and CPR was unsuccessful. Testimony continues today. New Brunswick has released its new 5-year health plan.
Getting access to care at any age is a real challenge. We have a pressure on our hospitals and our acute care system that has grown and grown and grown over the years.
The plan puts the focus on 6 main areas: primary care, workforce, seniors, mental health and addictions, acute care, and connected care. The plan's success rides on improvements to the first priority area, primary care. Around 77% of New Brunswickers have a primary care provider, but only 34% of those people can actually get care within 5 days. The province says the plan was built based on the concerns of New Brunswickers and the priorities expressed by healthcare officials. Finally, just in time for the Thanksgiving weekend, some maritime turkeys doing their best to make themselves scarce. What do you think they're saying? Like, let me in, let me in. This video comes from Ron and Kim De Silva, who live in Upper Kingsclear, so that's not too far from Fredericton. And yes, those are wild turkeys knocking on the window. Ron says the birds have been hanging around the yard all summer, but this is only the second time they've actually appeared at the window.
They're gorgeous. They really look like the turkeys that of your Thanksgiving childhood, you know.
Oh, yeah.
School dreams.
Right.
But I don't think they should be knocking on the windows this close to Thanksgiving.
I think they should be going away.
Yeah. What a video.
I know. I know. That's pretty. It's pretty wild. I like how the dog did like nothing. Like, I don't know. I'm too scared.
They're big. Holy moly.
They were
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. Well, guess what? It's time to give away some money. Our giveaway's continuing. Your morning just got a whole lot richer because we are giving you a chance to win a staggering $20,000. And it's time for today's code word. So you can think about what you do with an extra $20,000. If you had that kind of money, maybe you could relax a little bit. That is our code word today, relax. All you have to do is go to our website, click on the contest link at the top of the page, or scan that QR code and bring you to the page. Put in the word relax. You've got a chance to win, and you can tune in again tomorrow for another code word and another chance to win.
Well, we hope that you're having a relaxing morning. So far, we're happy you can join us. We're going to take a quick break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, I'll have a look at your national and international news headlines. Great news for Jays fans that's coming up. And also, Latavia has her first full look at the forecast as we take a live look at the capital of Newfoundland and Labrador. Good morning to you, St. John's. A quiet and calm morning. The forecast when we return right after this.
Welcome back, Atlantic Canada. The time now is 6:12. We're taking a live look at Lower Truro. A dark start to your day and rather cloudy. Keep in mind, we are expecting a few showers in your area today, and it's feeling quite cold this morning. Only 9 degrees starting off your day. Pretty cold start to the day across the region. As of right now, it is only 4 degrees as you head outdoors in Fredericton. 9 also starting off your day in Halifax, with 12 in Sydney, 9 degrees in Charlottetown, 19 into St. John's, Newfoundland, and -1 over in Labrador City. We do still have air quality statements in effect for Kings and Annapolis counties, still seeing that wildfire smoke causing a reduction in local air quality, as well as frost advisories in effect for early Friday morning across New Brunswick, as well as impacting Halifax and western Nova Scotia. Over to our forecast timeline. So it is going to be quite a cold start to the day. It's going to remain quite cold for our daytime highs. And we are going to see sunshine return for much of the Maritime region, although we do have a chance of some showers expected early this morning for parts of Prince Edward Island, eastern Nova Scotia, as well as Cape Breton. We are going to see some wet weather also move across parts of Newfoundland and Labrador. Then into the afternoon, seeing that chance of showers return for parts of New Brunswick, looking at around a 30 to 60% chance of it happening. A chance of some flurries returning to Labrador, and seeing that wet weather persisting, periods of rain for Newfoundland. Into the evening and overnight hours, pretty much the same. We are going to see that chance of some lingering shower activity for parts of the Maritime region, taking us into early Friday morning. We are going to see another cool day ahead, as well as sunshine returning as we end off the work week. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, we're estimating the heaviest will be over in Cape Breton Island, around 2 to 40 millimeters expected. Eastern Nova Scotia only seeing around 2 to 10 millimeters. And for parts of Labrador, quite trace amounts. And for Newfoundland, looking at around 5 to 30 millimeters of additional precipitation today. Over to our forecast for New Brunswick, looking at a mix of sun and clouds starting off the day. We do have a chance of showers for the northern region into the afternoon, with daytime highs between 8 to 12 degrees being the warmest into Grand Manan. We do have a high of 9 degrees expected across Prince Edward Island. Scattered showers expected on and off throughout the day today. Wind gusts getting up to 50. And same thing goes for Cape Breton, eastern mainland Nova Scotia. Scattered showers throughout the day today. Highs ranging from 8 to 12 degrees being the warmest into Sydney. For the rest of Nova Scotia, quite a cool day yet again. 9 to 11 degrees expected. Lots of sunshine throughout your day. For the Tri-County area, looking at a chance of showers into the afternoon. And for mainland Nova Scotia, seeing a chance of showers return into the evening. For Newfoundland and Labrador, a high of 3 degrees today with a chance of flurries throughout the day. Periods of rain throughout the day as well for Newfoundland with a high of 19. That's a look at your weather forecast. Now we'll throw things over to Amanda for your national international news headlines.
Thank you, Latavia. Time is 6:15. The war between Israel and Gaza may soon be coming to an end. U.S. President Donald Trump has announced both signed off on the first phase of a peace plan. CTV's Joy Malbin has the details.
The U.S. president, during a press conference, was handed a note from the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, announcing a peace deal in the Middle East was close and that he needed to approve a Truth Social post so he could announce the deal first.
We're very close to a deal in the Middle East, and they're going to need me pretty quickly.
Hurrying out of that meeting, President Trump announced on Truth Social, "I'm very proud Israel and Hamas have both signed off on the first phase of our peace plan. This means that all of the hostages will be released very soon, and Israel will withdraw their troops to an agreed upon line." What the president called the first steps towards an everlasting peace, and that all parties will be treated fairly. President Trump says he is considering traveling to the Middle East as soon as this weekend. For Israelis, it's a huge victory. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu saying he'll convene the government on Thursday to approve the deal, and invited Donald Trump to deliver a speech at the Knesset in Jerusalem. Netanyahu tweeting tonight, "It's a great day, and with God's help, we will bring them all home." For the families of the hostages, it's an end to 2 years of agony. For those in Gaza, it's an enormous relief. The loss of life and utter devastation of homes and neighborhoods. Qatar, Egypt, and Turkey have all been involved. But many questions remain. Will Hamas give up its weapons? How quickly will the hostages be released? An Israeli spokesman says it could be as soon as this weekend. And how many Palestinian prisoners will be exchanged? And just how will this all unfold? But tonight, both sides are optimistic this agreement could lead to an end to the war.
CTV's Joy Malvin reporting in Washington. And this morning, Palestinians and Israelis are expressing excitement and joy that an agreement has been made for a path to peace. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has announced he is convening his government to sign off on it today. Experts say the process will be long and difficult. CNN's Amy Kiley has more.
Is the end of the war.
Israel and Hamas say they have agreed to phase 1 of a ceasefire plan.
The next few days, with each side has to do certain things. The Israelis have to pull out. Hamas needs to release the hostages. Israel needs to release prisoners.
Hamas and its allies are holding 48 hostages. The Israeli government believes 20 are alive. President Donald Trump says their release could begin Monday. Many Israelis are expressing gratitude toward the U.S.
What we're witnessing is peace through pressure.
The Hostages and Missing Families Forum says members are excited, but adds, quote, "Our struggle is not over and will not end until the last hostage returns home." Reports out of Gaza say people there clapped and cheered at the news.
It's incredibly quiet from the skies. Come on.
The United Nations says it will supply sustained humanitarian relief to Gazans. Trump says other Mideast countries plan to help with reconstruction.
I think Gazans will have massive relief as the war stops.
Experts say the next phase of the ceasefire plan will be harder to implement.
It speaks about reconstruction in Gaza. It speaks about an international security force. All of those things are very complicated.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Cineplex is now fighting a record $38.9 million penalty. The competition tribunal slapped the company with a big penalty last year after it found Cineplex misled moviegoers by not immediately disclosing a $1.50 fee some customers had to pay for booking their tickets online. Cineplex is appealing that ruling by saying customers are told about the fee right away and can skip it by buying tickets at a theater. Experts say this should be a warning sign for other companies that the competition watchdog takes deceptive marketing allegations seriously. For the first time in nearly a decade, the Toronto Blue Jays are advancing to the American League Championship Series after a massive victory last night.
The 1-2 pitch. Got him! Jeff Hoffman strikes out Cody Bellinger, and the Blue Jays have done it.
The Jays started strong and carried that momentum, knocking off the New York Yankees with a 5-2 win. The fan base can now celebrate a long-awaited Blue Jays playoff series win. The Jays' next opponent, the winner of the Detroit-Seattle series, and that series right now tied at 2-2. That is a look at your national international headlines. A quick break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, your must-see moment from our colleagues at TSN. That's coming up. Please stay with us.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
Welcome back now at 6:24 and time to check in with our partners at TSN Sports Center for today's must-see moment.
Hello there, Kara Wagland inside the Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Wednesday. And for it, we are taking you to the Bronx. Jays Yankees Game 4, Dalton Varsho pops one up down the left field line. Cody Bellinger has got a beat on it. And he goes all the way across the sliding grab. An amazing catch from Bellinger. And it was landing in fair territory, too. That saved at least one run. Didn't help them in the series as the Jays would go on to win and clinch the divisional round. But it is your must-see moment from Wednesday. And to now on TSN, we got a little Thursday night football for you. We have the Eagles and Giants in action. Pregame for that one gets underway at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's all for now from Sports Center. Have a great day.
And now to your business headlines from our colleagues at BNN.
Cenovus is raising its takeover offer of MEG Energy, even though the MEG board already approved its original offer. The new proposal values MEG at $8.6 billion, including debt, and that's $7 million more than the first offer. Cenovus says shareholders had requested changes. Strathcona Resources also has an offer on the table, but MEG's board has urged shareholders to reject it. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar barely moved. It ended the day at 71.65. West Texas Intermediate crude is up to 62.02. Western Canadian Select is up to $50.65. And the TSX gained 150 points today, ending the day at 30,501. Those are your business headlines. I'm Morella Fernandez.
A cold day ahead for Fredericton. We do have lots of sunshine across the province, seeing isolated showers return into the afternoon for the northern region, a high of 11 degrees. On Friday, looking at a high of 13, sunny skies across the province and into the long weekend. On Saturday, sunshine continues, warming back up to above seasonal at 18. Nova Scotia is going to be seeing a cold day ahead as well, 11 degrees, looking at some sunshine, but also seeing some precipitation track across parts of the province throughout the day. And on Friday, much of the same, lots of sunshine. Isolated showers continue for Cape Breton, and into Saturday, sunshine returns, a high of 16. For Prince Edward Island, a cold day ahead at 9 degrees, looking at scattered showers throughout the day. Friday, looking at mainly sunny skies with a high of 11. On Saturday, sunny skies above seasonal at 16.
Ooh, does that look good to you? Just ahead in this half hour, we're talking turkey and all the other foods that go along with Thanksgiving dinner. Do you love all the fixings, or is there something you actually don't want to see on the table? That's coming up in the Move Morning Chat in about 15 minutes on Your Morning Atlantic.
Potential controversy for the Thanksgiving meal with family can be difficult if you're a host, especially if you're perhaps hosting someone who might have a dietary restriction as well that you have to take into account. I mean, challenging if you're the guest too, but that conversation coming up for the Move Morning Chat. Until then, good morning, and thank you so much for making us a part of your morning. It's 6:30.
Yay, yeah. Okay, big changes in the weather today. Much colder, much blustery, much more blustery. I mean, if you're leaving today, you are going to want maybe a couple of layers.
Absolutely. It's feeling quite cold. The wind not helping the situation across the
blustery.
Region, right?
Yes.
It's really picked up right across Atlantic Canada.
And I want to thank some of our viewers from the Valley. Let us know there was a lot of rain in parts of the Valley yesterday.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. We do need a couple more systems like that. Hopefully, we'll see a bit more precipitation into early next week. But as of right now, we are seeing a chance of some spotty showers across parts of the Maritime region, seeing periods of rain for Newfoundland. So we'll take a look at Halifax starting off today. Quite dark, but as Crystal mentioned, layer up, bundle up. Is feeling quite cold. 9 degrees this morning. Not going to get much warmer than that for our daytime highs. And feeling much cooler for parts of the region as well. We're seeing below the freezing mark for Edmundston, -2 degrees this morning. 4 in Fredericton, 9 degrees starting off your day in Charlottetown, 12 in Sydney, much warmer into St. John's, Newfoundland at 19 degrees. Air quality statements remain in effect for today in the Kings and Annapolis counties area. We are going to see that reduction in local air quality due to wildfire smoke. Frost advisories now in effect for early Friday morning across New Brunswick, as well as into Halifax and western Nova Scotia. Over to our satellite and radar. Lots of sunshine as the sun begins to rise today, but we do have precipitation tracking across parts of the region. Northern New Brunswick into the afternoon, we'll see a chance of showers across Prince Edward Island, Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, seeing some spotty showers as well. Periods of rain expected across Newfoundland. Over to the winds for this morning out of the northwest. As of right now, seeing sustained wind of 44 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 30 into Yarmouth, 33 in Cancel, with 35 into Grand Etang. Wind gusts as of right now getting up to 54 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 46 in Grand Etang, and 43 in Halifax. I'll have a look at your long-range forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news headlines with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Starting with some good news. Wildfire evacuees in Nova Scotia's Annapolis Valley are being allowed to return home today. The Lake George fire began in late September and resulted in an evacuation affecting 350 addresses. A phased re-entry for local residents is set to begin this morning. The wildfire is estimated to be just under 3 square kilometers in size and is not currently expected to grow or move. And as the season winds down, there are questions about the cause of some of the wildfires in New Brunswick this year and how the province needs to prepare for future wildfire seasons. There have been 422 fires in New Brunswick so far, almost twice the 10-year average. DNR officials say they are still trying to determine what caused many of them.
I don't want to speculate at this point other than we are completing an investigation of the start of that fire, and we'll see what the conclusion is after that.
I think it's important that the departments do their job to find out how that fire started. It's not for me to say.
Are you concerned that they're not doing that? Are you concerned that they're not?
I am concerned that there's not enough diligence in the investigation of these fires and to figure out how they started and make sure the public's aware, and how do we mitigate that in the future, most importantly. Those are important questions.
According to DNR's annual report, 199 of the wildfires in 23-24 were caused by humans and industry, with 10 others by lightning. Mandatory water restrictions are now in place for another region in Nova Scotia. Those living in East Hants are being told to conserve water wherever possible.
No watering of lawns, no washing cars at home, nothing recreational like filling pools or hot tubs.
East Hants is the latest county to announce restrictions. West Hants put them in place more than a month ago, around the same time they took effect for the Dartmouth area. A renewed effort to locate the missing Sullivan children has once again resulted in nothing.
No human remains were found related to this or any other investigation.
4-year-old Jack and 6-year-old Lily vanished from their rural home in Lansdowne Station more than 5 months ago, prompting a massive ongoing investigation. The latest tactics saw specially trained cadaver dogs from Western Canada comb a large area over 3 days, but they too found no sign of the missing children. RCMP are still treating this as a missing persons case. They are still receiving tips and have hours of surveillance video to go through. For now, there are no new searches planned unless new information comes in. Nova Scotia's Deputy Chief Medical Examiner ruled Ryan Sawyer's death a homicide resulting from neck compression. The testimony came at day 3 of Alexander Levy's trial for manslaughter and criminal negligence causing death. Levy is accused of choking Sawyer to death outside the Halifax Ale House in the early morning hours of Christmas Eve 2022. Paramedics told the trial Tuesday they couldn't find a pulse on Sawyer and CPR was unsuccessful. Testimony will continue today. New Brunswick has released its new 5-year health plan.
Getting access to care at any age is a real challenge. We have a pressure on our hospitals and our acute care system that has grown and grown and grown over the years.
The plan puts a focus on 6 main areas: primary care, workforce, seniors, mental health and addictions, acute care, and connected care. The plan's success rides on improvements to the first priority area. That's primary care. Around 77% of New Brunswickers have a primary care provider, but only 34% of those people can actually get care within 5 days. The province says the plan was built based on the concerns of New Brunswickers and the priorities expressed by healthcare officials. Finally, New Brunswick's newest millionaires say they still can't believe they won $15 million, but add the money won't change their lives too much.
There's just a few more zeros in my bank account. That's it.
We will never let money come between the relationship we've had for 54 years. We're still in love. And that's about all I can tell you.
Oh my goodness, what a sweet couple. Gary and Sharon from St. Margaret's. They've been buying lotto tickets on a regular basis for years. After checking their Lotto Max ticket late last month, they got a message saying, "You won a major prize." And then they were told to call a number. Woman on the other line said, "You are millionaires."
Wow.
Yeah, the couple say they're going to give a portion of their winnings to their grandkids, while some will go to charity. But they say they're not one for attention. So they're saying, well, we're not going to tell you which charity this is going to be, but obviously one that's going to be important to them. But Congratulations.
Oh my goodness.
They've already won the lottery. They have their lasting love. Oh my gosh.
No, this is why they won.
Yeah.
This is why they went. Oh my gosh, which is so sweet. So congratulations. And I love hearing stories when people have been buying lottery tickets for a long time. Like it pays off for them.
Yeah. Oh no, what a wonderful story. So deserving. All right, I want to draw your attention to something that's a little bit sad. I'm a big fan of Dolly Parton. I appreciate all the work she's doing for children's literacy and of course her music. Well, it seems that her health issues are more serious than originally thought. Her sister is asking fans to keep the country music icon in their prayers. Now, in a post to Facebook, Frida Parton says that she's been up all night praying for her 79-year-old sister, Dolly. The post comes after Dolly Parton canceled her Las Vegas concerts because of some health challenges. And in an Instagram post at the end of September, Parton said doctors had advised her to undergo a few procedures and that she would not be able to rehearse and put together the show that fans deserve to see. So they're not saying what's going on with Dolly, but we really do hope that she does make a swift recovery. The world needs Dolly Parton in it.
Absolutely. There's actually an update to this story.
Okay.
After her sister posted this, Dolly posted a video, and her caption was, "I ain't dead yet." And she said, yes, she's going through some health issues, but she's like, look at me. Do I look sick? She's like, I'm doing okay.
Okay,
so
good.
at least we know it's not like
good.
Steadily
That's great.
declining.
That's
Yeah,
good to know.
yeah.
Okay, good. So it's, when people say they're having a few procedures, it could be so many different things.
So many things. And sometimes you can't see what people are struggling through.
No.
Right? Yeah. All right. We're going to take another break on this Thursday, another look at the forecast too. Then it is time for the Move Morning Chat, and we want your opinion on this. Today, it's all about Thanksgiving dinner and what dishes you could do without. Keep them off the plate. That conversation coming up when Your Morning Atlantic returns at 6:39.
Welcome back. The time now is 6:42 on your Thursday morning. We're taking a live look at Kitty Vitty. Currently 19 degrees heading outdoors. It's going to be a warm day ahead. 20 degrees is your daytime high. Factor in that humidex, going to feel more like 25. But a windy day ahead for you. And right across Atlantic Canada, we are seeing the wind out of the northwest, with gusts of up to 60 for parts of the region, and a cold start to the day. So keep that in mind when you are heading out. You're going to want to bundle up. As of right now, 4 degrees only in Fredericton, 9 degrees starting off your day in both Charlottetown and Halifax, 12 degrees in Sydney with 19 over in St. John's, Newfoundland. We do still have air quality statements in effect for Kings and Annapolis counties. We are going to see that reduction in local air quality due to wildfire smoke still remain, as well as frost advisories in effect for early Friday morning across New Brunswick, as well as affecting Halifax and western Nova Scotia. Over to our forecast timeline. So a bit of everything today. We're going to see sunshine return in our forecast across parts of the Maritime region. Also seeing a chance of some scattered showers for parts of Prince Edward Island starting off the day, as well as Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia. A chance of some flurry activity expected for parts of Labrador, and seeing wet weather, periods of rain move in across Newfoundland. Into the afternoon, a chance of isolated showers returns for much of New Brunswick. Still seeing that wet weather for parts of the Maritime region, around 30 to 60% chance of it happening, taking us into the evening hours. A cold night ahead. We do have that risk of frost that I had mentioned, taking us into early Friday morning. As we inch towards the long weekend, we're going to see sunshine return in our forecast, but still remaining quite cool, below seasonal for much of the region. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, we're estimating around 2 to 10 millimeters expected for eastern Nova Scotia, and seeing the heaviest into parts of Cape Breton Island at around 2 to 40 millimeters of precipitation. And then for Newfoundland, looking at around 5 to 30 millimeters of rainfall. So for forecast today for New Brunswick, we are starting off the day with sunshine across the province, seeing a chance of some isolated showers for the northern region into the afternoon. Daytime highs will range from 8 to 12 degrees, being the warmest into Grand Manan. Wind out of the northwest, 20 gusting to 40. And then for Prince Edward Island, looking at a high of 9 degrees today, scattered showers across the island. And for Cape Breton, eastern mainland Nova Scotia, also seeing some wet weather on and off throughout the day. Daytime highs between 8 to 12 degrees. For the rest of Nova Scotia, highs between 9 to 11, seeing lots of sunshine. For the Tri-County area, we do have a chance of some showers returning into the afternoon. For the evening, looking at some isolated showers for mainland Nova Scotia. And then for Newfoundland and Labrador, a chance of flurries with a high of 3 degrees in Labrador City, 19 into St. John's, looking at periods of rain throughout the day. Friday's forecast, lots of sunshine returns. We do have some isolated showers returning for parts of Cape Breton Island, seeing some showers and or flurries for parts of Labrador. And into Saturday's forecast, sunshine returns. We are going to see temperatures warm up above seasonal yet again. So that's a look at your weather forecast. We'll throw things over to the Move Morning Chat.
Hello. Time once again for a Move Morning Chat. We're joined now by Aaron and Peter. And I guess the question today is about Thanksgiving. Now, I love a good feast. You, Amanda?
Absolutely. So what's the question for today? What's something about Thanksgiving dinner you can't stand? Aaron, is there something on the plate that you're not putting on? You're not going to eat it?
I'm a little bit picky. I'm going to start off with the most unpopular opinion of all time. Turkey. I mean, when the turkey is in the oven, it's making the house smell great. Sure, that's awesome. But when it comes to eating turkey, I don't like it. I find it dry. I find it tastes like nothing. I have to douse gravy all over it just to enjoy a little bit of it. Just give me stuffing. I'm good with stuffing. No turkey. I don't like it.
Oh, Peter, what about you?
I feel like these are going to be unpopular opinions, right? Because clearly people love turkey. But I'm going to throw out there, this is my secret Thanksgiving dislike on the dinner plate: turnip. I mean, really, has anybody ever said, with the exception of Christmas dinner or Thanksgiving dinner, you know what this plate needs? It needs turnip. We don't eat this around the clock, you know, throughout the year. And if I were to taste it for the very first time, and goodness knows it won't be the first time this coming weekend, but I would think, I don't know what's about this vegetable, what it is about this vegetable, but it tastes a little off to me.
Okay.
Just a little weird.
I know many agree with you, Peter. I don't know why you have to secretly hate turnip, because it's like everybody's most hated thing. I personally love it. My mother and I, we bond over turnip. It's delicious, and she says every Thanksgiving, it's got more vitamin C than an orange. Like, it's good for you, turnip. I love turnip. I'll tell you what mine is, and this is going to be divisive. Apple pie. Do not like apple pie. I don't even like really any fruit pie. It's too much crust, but I love pumpkin pie. I'm a confusing person.
Divided on the desserts.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, if we all had a Thanksgiving dinner, we would be super happy because there would be extras of the foods that we don't like.
Exactly.
For me, it's mashed potatoes.
Oh my gosh, it's my favorite.
No, I don't like mashed potatoes at all. I'll take roasted potatoes, baked potatoes, French fries, you name it. But mashed potatoes, oh gosh, I love my mom, but we would have them, there were always little lumps in it, and we had them all the time growing up, so I'm so over mashed potatoes. So whenever there's a Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter meal, mashed potatoes, I never add it as a side.
Give them to me, girl. I can eat mashed potatoes breakfast, noon, night. Okay, put your hands up, you two. Do you like mashed potatoes?
Yes.
Love them.
Okay, there we go. All right.
Take mine.
Yeah, exactly.
Take mine.
Oh, wow. This is going to be a fun chat. So let us know, what is the thing you secretly hate on Thanksgiving, food-wise? Why? We want to know. Text us at 10400. Standards messaging and data rates apply. Oh, my gosh, Amanda, you're going to have fun with this one.
Who's going to agree with us? Who's going to disagree? Let us know. We'll share your answers later in the show.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Welcome back. The time now is 6:52. I want to weigh in on the Move Morning Chat.
Yes.
For me, I'm with you a little bit. Okay, so I don't like anything with fruit filling either. So apple pie is not my thing. But I detest turnips.
Really?
Yes. My husband, obsessed. He said always at Thanksgiving in Florence, Cape Breton, that's where he's from. They always had turnip.
Yeah.
He makes turnip. He's the only person at our table that eats these turnips.
I love turnip.
I know.
Funny. And it's my mother-in-law, Anita, who loves the turnip, not my mom. My mom, it's okay, but like my mother-in-law, like she's all about the turnip.
Yeah, Kyle will make it just for himself. And cranberry sauce.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Okay.
But I guess that goes with the fruit filling.
We've been hanging around too much because I was about to go to exactly, took the words out of my mouth. Cranberry sauce is okay. It's okay. Like, I'll have a little bit, but I'm always like, this isn't really that good. I don't know why I eat it, because I don't really like it. But you know what? Okay, what I don't like is my grandma Ryle makes this, and some love it, but it's like, I like sweet potatoes a lot, but she'll make the sweet potatoes with like marshmallows all over it and brown sugar. Like, it's like, no, that's just like too much. Like, I don't want that.
It gets really sweet.
Exactly. It's heavy.
Yeah, it's heavy.
Anyway, I can talk about food. That's entertainment for me. Talking about food and eating it.
Exactly. And speaking of entertainment, we'll throw things over to Hollywood for a look at your entertainment headlines.
Dolly Parton easing fans' fears. In a new video posted to social media, Parton says she's okay. It comes after a post from her younger sister, Frida, asking fans to pray for the country music legend, which prompted some to worry about Dolly's health. She recently canceled her December residency in Las Vegas. A source close to the situation says Dolly's been dealing with kidney stones.
I did have to cancel some things so I could be closer to home, but I wanted you to know that I'm not dying.
George Clooney says Ocean's 14 is moving forward, telling E! News the movie, the follow-up to the Ocean's Caper series, will bring back much of the original cast, with filming expected to start next year. Saoirse Ronan will play Linda McCartney in the upcoming movies documenting the lives of the Beatles. The four-time Oscar nominee will play alongside Paul Mescal, who plays Paul. The set of 4 films are expected to come out in 2028. Rush is adding more dates to their reunion tour. The band will now play shows in Los Angeles, Chicago, New York City, Toronto, Fort Worth, and Cleveland. It marks the first time founding members Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson have toured together in 11 years.
There's something wrong here.
And happy birthday to Tony Shalhoub. The Emmy-winning actor best known for his TV role on Monk is 72 today. That's what's happening in Hollywood. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News.
Thank you, Jacqueline. Happening now in local news, wildfire evacuees in Nova Scotia's Annapolis Valley are being allowed home today. It comes with news that the Lake George wildfire not expected to grow or move. Plus, a renewed effort to locate the missing Sullivan children with cadaver dogs came up empty. Plus, New Brunswick is focusing on 6 key areas to improve health care over the next 5 years. We'll have those details coming up in your local news headlines, plus a look at the Jays' big win last night. But first, it is a look at the colder 3-day forecast with Latavia.
Absolutely colder, Amanda. It is going to be quite a cold day ahead, so make sure to bundle up in New Brunswick. Only a high of 11 degrees, and we are going to see sunshine across the province. A chance of isolated showers returns into the northern region this afternoon, cooling down to 0 overnight with a risk of frost across the province. Friday, we're looking at sunshine as we end off the work week, a high of 13 degrees, and sunshine continues into the Thanksgiving long weekend, warming up above seasonal yet again to 18 degrees. For Nova Scotia, looking at a high of 11 today, so quite a cold day ahead. A mix of sun and cloud for much of the province. We do have a chance of some showers for parts of the province into the afternoon as well as into the evening. On Friday, we're going to see sunshine yet again and isolated showers. For Saturday, lots of sunshine. Same thing goes for Prince Edward Island. Periods of showers on today, and then Friday, we're looking at sunshine. That extends into a forecast for Saturday.
It's Thursday, October 9th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, heading home. Lake George wildfire evacuees allowed to return today. Following news, the fire's been downgraded. It's now being held. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And the fantastic Rona Book Fair. We'll sit down with the organizers of an event that's inspired by the school book fairs of our youth, celebrating local storytellers ahead of this half hour of Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada. Thank you so much for joining us. It's 7 o'clock, about to turn 7:01 soonish. No, come on.
There we are.
I should have just waited and didn't even bother. Well, thank you so much for joining us. It's Thursday. We're inching towards the Thanksgiving long weekend. I know many people are already prepping for that. My household as well, not so much me, but my husband.
Yeah. Good on him. Good on him.
I just thought, remember yesterday's Move Morning? Today we're talking about Thanksgiving food.
Yes.
And yesterday we were talking about the task, household chore you really dislike. I'll tell you what mine is, and I just thought of it. Thawing out a frozen turkey.
Oh, yeah.
I'm never sure if I'm doing it quite right, and often, like every time I go to like open up the bird to stuff it, like it's still frozen in there. And
I know, right? It's like kind of juggling the time frame of when you start to do this and how long it's going to take, and they're so big sometimes.
So do I leave it out on the counter and risk poisoning the whole family?
Yeah, I know. You hear that too, how to defrost it properly. Fortunately for us, we leave that to our in-laws. They do a delicious turkey.
Amazing.
And when we do our Thanksgiving meal together with the whole family, everyone, it's almost like a potluck. Everyone's like, okay, what are you going to cook? What are you going to... I'm the desserts. That's what we're going to do. But yeah, that long weekend coming up too, and also this half hour, we're talking about the Grown Up Fantastic Book Fair happening in beautiful Mahone Bay, bringing together local authors, storytellers. One of them used to be my high school drama teacher.
Really?
Lower Sackville. Yeah.
Wow.
I know. It's very exciting.
Look at the monster she's created.
I know. You should see me without coffee.
Well, if you are heading out to the book fair or heading out anywhere this weekend, temperatures will be warming up, but that's not the case today. It's feeling quite cold for much of the region. Here's a live look at Halls Harbor. A bit of a cloudy start to the day. I know, gorgeous view, but it's cold. 8 degrees right now, and it is going to remain breezy across Atlantic Canada, so something also to consider. Bundle up when heading outdoors this morning. Much cooler for New Brunswick, 4 degrees starting off your day. In Fredericton, 9 in Charlottetown and in Halifax, 12 degrees in Sydney, much warmer over in St. John's, Newfoundland, starting off the day with 19 degrees. Air quality statement remains in effect for both Kings and Annapolis counties. Still seeing that reduction in local air quality. And now we have frost advisories in effect across New Brunswick, as well as Halifax and Western Nova Scotia for early Friday morning. Over to our satellite and radar. Sunshine starts off the day for much of the region, but we also have precipitation tracking across parts of the region as well. Looking at a chance of some showers across Prince Edward Island, Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, as well as rain moving in across Newfoundland. Over to the wind today is going to remain out of the northwest, seeing wind pick up 44 kilometers per hour in North Cape with 35 into Grand Etang, 33 kilometers per hour in Canso with 30 into Yarmouth. Wind gusts getting up to 54 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 43 in Halifax, 41 into Yarmouth. I'll have a look at your weather forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news headlines with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Time is 7:04. We began with some very good news from Nova Scotia's Kings County. The Lake George wildfire is now officially being held. DNR posted the update last night explaining it means the fire is not likely to move as long as conditions don't change. The post says the fire is not yet under control, so it could potentially grow beyond the 288 hectares already consumed. But perhaps the best news is for the evacuees. They are being told they can return home today with a phased approach through a number of checkpoints. They will be required to bring ID to prove they belong there. About 350 addresses were evacuated because of the fire, which broke out last month. Mandatory water restrictions are now in place for another region in Nova Scotia. Those living in East Hants are being told to conserve water wherever possible.
No watering of lawns, no washing cars at home, nothing recreational like filling pools or hot tubs.
East Hants is the latest county to announce restrictions. West Hants put them in place more than a month ago. Around the same time, they took effect for the Dartmouth area. To the latest in a court case now, Nova Scotia's Deputy Chief Medical Examiner ruled Ryan Sawyer's death a homicide resulting from neck compression. The testimony came at day 3 of Alexander Levy's trial for manslaughter and criminal negligence causing death. Levy is accused of choking Sawyer to death outside the Halifax Ale House in the early morning hours of Christmas Eve 2022. Paramedics told the trial Tuesday they couldn't find a pulse on Sawyer and CPR was unsuccessful. Testimony continues later this morning. A renewed effort to locate the missing Sullivan children has once again resulted in nothing.
No human remains were found related to this or any other investigation.
4-year-old Jack and 6-year-old Lily vanished from their rural home in Lansdowne Station more than 5 months ago, prompting a massive ongoing investigation. The latest tactic saw specially trained cadaver dogs from Western Canada comb a large area over 3 days, but they too found no sign of the missing children. RCMP are still treating this as a missing persons case. They are still receiving tips and have hours of surveillance video to go through. For now, there are no new searches planned unless new information comes in. New Brunswick has released its new 5-year health plan.
Getting access to care at any age is a real challenge. We have a pressure on our hospitals and our acute care system that has grown and grown and grown over the years.
The plan puts a focus on 6 main areas: primary care, workforce, seniors, mental health and addictions, acute care, and connected care. The plan's success rides on improvements to the first priority area, that's primary care. Around 77% of New Brunswickers have a primary care provider, but only 34% of those people can actually get care within 5 days. The province says the plan was built based on the concerns of New Brunswickers and the priorities expressed by healthcare officials. From prank calls to accidental crash alerts, police and fire officials in Nova Scotia are raising awareness about misdials and misleading calls to 911.
One of the issues is that it is a criminal offense. Making a false report is a crime, and so these are being investigated in that sense. But the bigger issue is that it takes resources and tools away from places where they're needed and sends them to places where they're not.
For example, on Saturday, RCMP sent crews out to a home in Cambridge after someone called to report gunshots. When officers arrived, they learned it was a false call. Just 1 hour later, officers were called back to that same home to help fire services investigate a call about an illegal burn. That, too, police say was a lie. Police do encourage people to report real emergencies to 911. It is the false calls they're warning will not be tolerated. Finally, for the first time in nearly a decade, the Toronto Blue Jays are advancing to the American League Championship Series after a massive victory last night.
The 1-2 pitch. Got him! Jeff Hoffman strikes out Cody Bellinger, and the Blue Jays have done it.
The Jays started strong and carried that momentum, knocking off the New York Yankees with a 5-2 win. The fan base can now celebrate. Sigh of relief. It's a long-awaited Blue Jays playoff series win. The Jays' next opponent, the winner of the Detroit-Seattle series. That series is tied at 2-2, so we don't know who they'll be playing yet. Hopefully by then they'll be all dried off.
Oh my
Brought
goodness.
their ski goggles. I should have gave them ski goggles. It's amazing.
Gotta protect your eyes, right?
Look at the
camera. Oh my gosh. When we
So-
win the Emmy for Best Morning Show, we're totally doing that.
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Yep.
Oh, we're so excited for the Jays. Where will they go? Hopefully all the way.
I know.
World Series champs.
Oh my
Bring
gosh.
on.
Yeah, that'd be pretty exciting, right?
It would be.
Yeah, I was obviously fast asleep when the game's on, unfortunately. This is just too late. We go to bed too early.
Yeah, morning show problems.
Yeah, my husband goes, they won.
Yay.
Yeah, they whisper.
That's awesome. All right, if you're not into sports and you prefer art, maybe this story's for you. Original artwork by the late TV host and painter Bob Ross is set to be auctioned off. Ooh. Oh gosh, look at all the happy little accidents, happy little trees. His show, Joy of Painting, aired for more than a decade on PBS in the 80s and 90s. Now, auction house Bonham says that 30 of Ross's paintings will be sold at various auctions. The first is going to be on November 11th, and it's going to feature 2 pieces, Home in the Valley and Winter's Peace, which are these. Funds raised will support public television in the United States after some funding cuts south of the border.
Oh.
So which one do you want, the fall scene or the winter scene?
I think the winter.
Well, I guess this is more of a summer scene.
Yeah.
I'll go summer scene.
Bob Ross isn't with us anymore?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh.
But his legend lives on.
Okay.
Yeah, the art lives on.
Absolutely. I remember watching
Yeah.
the show. So peaceful.
Very peaceful.
Right?
Yeah, and people love it more now than ever. Yeah.
He used to be a drill sergeant before that.
No.
Didn't want to yell, wanted peace.
Wow.
Wow. All right. Latavia's forecast is certainly artwork. She's going to have that. Looking after our break, also, too, we'll have national news. And following that, the fantastic Grown-Up Book Fair. Readers and writers will come together in beautiful Mahone Bay to celebrate their love of storytelling. Look at those happy little trees there. Mm-hmm. Details on that coming up in the next 20 minutes.
Still dark early this morning in Moncton. Welcome back and happy Thursday. Time now 7:14. It's cold outside, so keep that in mind when you are heading out. Only 4 degrees as of right now, and our daytime highs below seasonal for the most part. So it's going to be quite cool, and that wind is not helping the case across the region. As of right now, 8 degrees heading outdoors in Halifax, with 9 over in Charlottetown, 11 degrees starting off your day in Sydney, -1 in Labrador City, 19 degrees over in St. John's, Newfoundland, so much warmer over there today. Air quality statement remains in effect for Kings and Annapolis counties. We're still seeing that reduction in local air quality due to wildfire smoke, as well as frost advisory in effect for early Friday morning across New Brunswick, affecting Halifax and western Nova Scotia as well. Over to our forecast timeline now. Sunshine is starting off the day for parts of the Maritime region, but we do have precipitation tracking across the region as well. Looking at a chance of scattered showers across parts of Prince Edward Island, eastern Nova Scotia, Cape Breton Island, seeing periods of rain over in Newfoundland, and a chance of flurries for parts of Labrador. Into the afternoon, we will be seeing a chance of showers return, around a 30% chance of it happening across New Brunswick, taking us into the evening and overnight hours, much of the same expected. Pretty clear skies and then becoming partly cloudy with some precipitation persisting for parts of the Maritime region, taking us into early Friday morning. Another cold day ahead for the most part, and lots of sunshine returning in our forecast yet again. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, we're going to see the heaviest expected for Cape Breton Island, estimating around 2 to 40 millimeters for there. For eastern Nova Scotia, around 2 to 10 millimeters expected, and also seeing around 5 to 30 millimeters for parts of Newfoundland. For our forecast today, starting off the day in Fredericton, with lots of starting off in New Brunswick. There we go, back on track. We're going to see a mix of sun and clouds start off the day. A chance of showers returns into the afternoon for the northern region, looking at around 30% chance of it happening. Daytime highs ranging from 8 to 12 degrees, being the warmest into Grand Manan. For Prince Edward Island, a high of 9 degrees, scattered showers, wind also picking up out of the northwest, 30 gusting to 50. We're going to see a chance of showers throughout the day today as well for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, looking at daytime highs between 8 to 12 degrees. And for the rest of Nova Scotia, highs between 9 to 11, looking at lots of sunshine throughout your day. A chance of showers, around a 30% chance of it happening into the afternoon for the Tri-County area, mainland Nova Scotia, seeing a chance of showers into the evening. A high of 3 degrees for Labrador City, looking at a chance of some flurries throughout the day, and periods of rain for Newfoundland, looking at a high of 19 for St. John's. Friday's forecast as we end off the work week, lots of sunshine for the Maritime region. We do have a chance of some isolated showers returning for Cape Breton, seeing a chance of flurries for parts of Labrador, and then into our weekend forecast for Saturday, lots of sunshine and temperature rises to above seasonal. So that's a look at your weather forecast. We'll throw things over to Amanda for your national, international news headlines.
Thank you, Latavia. Time is 7:17. The war between Israel and Gaza may soon be coming to an end. U.S. President Donald Trump has announced both signed off on the first phase of a peace plan. CTV's Joy Malbin reports.
The U.S. president, during a press conference, was handed a note from the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, announcing a peace deal in the Middle East was close and that he needed to approve a Truth Social post so he could announce the deal first.
We're very close to a deal in the Middle East, and they're going to need me pretty quickly.
Hurrying out of that meeting, President Trump announced on Truth Social, "I'm very proud Israel and Hamas have both signed off on the first phase of our peace plan. This means that all of the hostages will be released very soon, and Israel will withdraw their troops to an agreed-upon line." What the president called the first steps towards an everlasting peace, and that all parties will be treated fairly. President Trump says he is considering traveling to the Middle East as soon as this weekend. For Israelis, it's a huge victory. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu saying he'll convene the government on Thursday to approve the deal, and invited Donald Trump to deliver a speech at the Knesset in Jerusalem. Netanyahu tweeting tonight, "It's a great day, and with God's help, we will bring them all home." For the families of the hostages, it's an end to 2 years of agony. For those in Gaza, it's an enormous relief. The loss of life and utter devastation of homes and neighborhoods. Qatar, Egypt, and Turkey have all been involved, but many questions remain. Will Hamas give up its weapons? How quickly will the hostages be released? An Israeli spokesman says it could be as soon as this weekend. And how many Palestinian prisoners will be exchanged? And just how will this all unfold? But tonight, Both sides are optimistic this agreement could lead to an end to the war.
Thank you, Joy. CTV's Joy Malvin reporting from Washington. That is a look at international news. A quick break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, a sit-down conversation about the fantastic grown-up book fair in Mahone Bay. Coming up next.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
Your morning just got a whole lot richer as we're giving away $20,000. It's time to remind you of today's code word. So today's code word is relax. Head over to the contest page on ctvatlantic.ca, scan the QR code on your screen, enter relax along with your information for a chance to win $20,000. Make sure to watch us tomorrow for a brand new code word. Good luck. All right, we're going to throw things over to Crystal.
Thanks, Latavia, 722. And if you're an adult who misses the fun of school book fairs, listen up. Your weekend is about to be booked. The third annual Fantastic Grown-Up Book Fair is this Saturday from 10 until 2 in Mahone Bay, Nova Scotia. It's an event that brings together local authors, writing workshops, and more. Plus, it's free. So joining us this morning are the fair's creators and authors themselves, Erin Morris and Karen Dean. Thank you both so much for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you. This is such a great idea. I surely miss the book fairs when I was a kid. I know you do too. So I know this has been going on for a little bit, a few years now, but where did the idea come from in the first place? Maybe Karen, you could tell us.
Actually, Aaron and I met at a book fair in Dieppe, New Brunswick. I like to say our eyes met across a crowded room because they literally did. And at that moment, we just started talking like, we can recreate this. And then we thought it'd be really fun if we recreated like the school book fair. So we brainstormed and came up with a fantastic to kind of go with Scholastic without stealing their thunder. And this is our third year. It's incredible.
That's wonderful. So Karen, describe for people who haven't been, what does this fantastic book fair look like?
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, Aaron, I meant.
Yeah, no worries.
It's very similar.
We are, yes, it is. You're right. Even almost the spelling's the same. Yeah, so we have, in Mahone Bay this year, we have over 30 local authors, all from Nova Scotia. They're from a variety of publishing backgrounds, so some are traditional, some are hybrid, some are self-published. And really, it's like a craft fair, except it's a book fair. So you come in, you get to sort of peruse who's there, what kind of genres are they offering. You get to connect with the author themselves, ask about their book, why did they write it. It's just a really great way to build community and connection between authors and their readers, and for readers to find local authors they love.
I love even the logo. It's a little bit like the more you know, like it's bringing all the nostalgic vibes. Yeah. Karen and Aaron, neither of you are from Mahone Bay. Why is the fair in Mahone Bay?
We actually have a great connection there. Anne Barry, who has kind of helped us with all of the contacts, and she's just kind of been our person on the ground in town. But we both love Mahone Bay and love to go there, and Scarecrow Festival's happening, so timing is, kind of ideal.
It's perfect. Yeah. And Anne is an author herself, so she wrote Sweet Ride, so I'd be remiss if I didn't give her a shout out for her book.
Well, this is the thing. You're both actively writing among doing other things in your lives. Like, how do you find the time to put together an event like this? Imagine there's a lot of work involved in it.
There is.
It is.
And we figure it out. Isn't that what we do? As moms and business owners, and Aaron's a teacher, we just fit it in and make it work because we're really passionate about it. We're really passionate about helping other authors, build their businesses and connect with each other. I don't think we have enough of that, where authors can.
There's your book. Yeah, and Aaron, I know that you're an author as well. Like, I really admire all authors. You're putting yourself out there. You're putting your neck out there for, it's you put yourself in a vulnerable position. So it's so nice you have an event where people can support you and support each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really the idea, right? That we're even having an author social at the end of the day for the authors to meet and greet and connect and network, because even building that relationship between the authors is important.
Okay, wonderful. Well, we really appreciate you coming in this morning. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
The event is in Mahone Bay this weekend. We put all the details on our website so you can check it out and go support local authors and have a little fun in a beautiful place. We'll take a break and be back with more Your Morning Atlantic right after this. Coming up in this half hour, Ask the Expert. We're heading back to our partners at English Jewelers, and this time we're finding out what you can do with old gold jewelry you don't wear anymore. That's just ahead on Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning, Atlantic, Canada. Hope your morning is off to a great start. Amanda, Crystal, and Latavia with you. And a special hi to viewers Anna and Marlene. I ran into them yesterday while I was picking up some supplies for the Thanksgiving dinner. And it was funny. Anna, who's and just saying goodbye to our guests. Anna, such a bright personality as well. She was her personality was very infectious. She said, "Oh my gosh, I'm just having the best time. I ran into Brooke Shields yesterday."
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
That's so cool.
Brooke Shields,
is out and about.
Everyone's seeing her because she's filming a TV series here.
I would love to see her.
That'd be really cool.
Our best friends, she was filming in the basement of their apartment building.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. They're like, I think Brooke Shields is using your apartment. Anyways, pretty cool stuff.
That's great. Well, we do love to see people out and about. I find a lot more people come up to me saying they love the new show.
That's great.
Yeah,
I love to hear
great.
that.
Yeah, we love this. Anyway, weather-wise, there's big changes. I think people need to know
absolutely
how to get out the door.
It's cold today for the most part. Newfoundland, not so much. They're seeing warm temperatures, humidity playing a factor, but that's not the case for the Maritime region. It is going to be a cold day ahead, so keep that in mind when you are heading out. 4 degrees in Fredericton right now. Much cooler into the northern region of New Brunswick with -3 in Edmundston. 9 degrees starting off your day in Charlottetown, 8 in Halifax, 11 in Sydney, 19 over in St. John's. We do still have the air quality statement in effect for both Kings and Annapolis counties, as well as now a frost advisory in effect for early Friday morning. It's going to be a cold one, so keep that in mind. You will want your layers today. We are going to see sunshine, not helping to warm things up, though. But we do have precipitation also returning in the forecast. Some scattered showers for parts of the Maritime region, periods of rain across Newfoundland. Over to the current winds for the Maritime region. It's going to be quite a breezy day ahead. We are seeing wind out of the northwest, 43 kilometers per hour this morning in North Cape, 33 into Halifax, 35 over in Grand Etang, 37 in Canso. Wind gusts getting up to 54 kilometers per hour in North Cape with 46 in Grand Etang, 43 in Lunenburg, and 41 in Charlottetown. We'll have another look at your long-range forecast, but first another look at your local news headlines with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. And we begin with some good news. Wildfire evacuees in Nova Scotia's Annapolis Valley are being allowed home today. The Lake George fire began in late September and resulted in an evacuation affecting roughly 350 civic addresses. A phased re-entry for local residents is set to begin this morning. The wildfire is estimated to be just under 3 square kilometers in size and is not currently expected to grow or move. As the season winds down, there are questions about the cause of some of the wildfires in New Brunswick this year and how the province needs to prepare for future wildfire seasons. There have been 422 fires in the province so far, almost twice the 10-year average. DNR officials say they're still trying to determine what caused many of them.
I don't want to speculate at this point other than we are completing an investigation of the start of that fire, and we'll see what the conclusion is after that.
I think it's important that the departments do their job to find out how that fire started. It's not for me to say.
Are you concerned that they're not doing that? Are you concerned that they're not?
I am concerned that there's not enough diligence in the investigation of these fires and to figure out how they started and make sure the public's aware, and how do we mitigate that in the future, most importantly. Those are important questions.
According to DNR's annual report, 199 of the wildfires in 23-24 were caused by humans and industry, with 10 others by lightning. Mandatory water restrictions are now in place for another region in Nova Scotia. Those living in East Hants are being told to conserve water wherever possible.
No watering of lawns, no washing cars at home, nothing recreational like filling pools or hot tubs.
East Hants is the latest county to announce restrictions. West Hants put them in place more than a month ago. Around the same time, they took effect for the Dartmouth area. To a court case now, Nova Scotia's Deputy Chief Medical Examiner ruled Ryan Sawyer's death a homicide resulting from neck compression. The testimony came at day 3 of Alexander Levy's trial for manslaughter and criminal negligence causing death. Levy is accused of choking Sawyer to death outside the Halifax Ale House in the early morning hours of Christmas Eve 2022. Paramedics told the trial Tuesday they could not find a pulse on Sawyer and CPR was unsuccessful. Testimony will continue later this morning. A renewed effort to locate the missing Sullivan children has once again resulted in nothing.
No human remains were found related to this or any other investigation.
4-year-old Jack and 6-year-old Lily vanished from their rural home in Lansdowne Station more than 5 months ago, prompting a massive ongoing investigation. The latest tactics saw specially trained cadaver dogs from Western Canada comb a large area over 3 days, but they too found no sign of the missing children. RCMP are still treating this as a missing persons case. They're still receiving tips and have hours of surveillance video to go through. For now, there are no new searches planned unless new information comes in. New Brunswick has released its new 5-year health plan.
Getting access to care at any age is a real challenge. We have a pressure on our hospitals and our acute care system that has grown and grown and grown over the years.
The plan puts a focus on 6 main areas: primary care, workforce, seniors, mental health and addictions, acute care, and connected care. The plan's success rides on improvements to the first priority area, that's primary care. Around 77% of New Brunswickers have a primary care provider, but only 34% of those people can actually get care within 5 days. The province says the plan was built based on the concerns of New Brunswickers and the priorities expressed by healthcare officials. Well, this is just in time for the Thanksgiving weekend. Some maritime turkeys were doing their best to make themselves scarce. Let me in. I don't think you want to go in there. These wild turkeys, this video coming from Ron and Kim De Silva. They live in Upper Kingsclear. That's not too far from Fredericton. Yeah, Ron says the birds have been hanging around the yard all summer, but this is only the second time they've actually appeared at the window.
They're
different kinds
of dog is curious.
The dog is like,
those turkeys are perfection. Thanksgiving perfection. Like, just they look exactly like you'd expect it to
right?
look. All the colors.
Yeah, beautiful. Just got napkins with that kind of turkey on.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to see.
So cute.
This world's decor is off the charts.
Oh, stop it. We're hosting, and I'm ready to go. It's
okay.
like Super Bowl.
You know, we've been giving away $20,000.
Yeah, we have.
And of course, the someone who doesn't need to win that $20,000 is Cristiano Ronaldo. Okay.
Oh.
Yep.
He is, in fact, the first billionaire in the soccer world. The Portuguese soccer star is now the very first sports billionaire, according to Bloomberg. This boost in his bank account came earlier this year when he signed a new contract with Al Nassr. So Ronaldo went on to the Saudi Pro League 2 years ago and became soccer's highest paid player, bringing in about $200 million per year, according to Saudi state media. And in addition to his paycheck for playing, the 40-year-old Ronaldo also has a few side hustles, including sponsorships with Nike, Castrol, and Armani. Other sports-based billionaires include Michael Jordan and Roger Federer. So he's the first soccer billionaire.
Wow.
Wow. Well, with money like that, I mean, you could definitely buy a whole Thanksgiving meal and more.
Oh, yeah.
We are talking turkey this morning when it comes to the Move Morning Chat. We want to know, what is the Thanksgiving food you secretly can't stand and why? You know, when you're like filling your plate and you're like, I'm going to pass by this dish. We want to know why you don't like it. And if you send us a text, please tell us your first name.
Yes.
And where you watch from. 10400 is the number. You'll get a prompt if you haven't texted us before saying which show you watch. You watch Atlantic. And I'll share your answers a little bit later on in the show. All right. Coming up, Latavia's latest look at the forecast. Also, too, we're going to ask the experts. If you have some old gold jewelry you don't wear anymore, our partners at English Jewelers know what to do. Don't have it waste away. Put a ring on that. Your Morning Atlantic. We'll be right back after this.
What a beautiful start to the day over in Peggy's Cove. Good morning, Atlantic Canada. Thank you so much for joining us. The time now is 7:43. Seeing some sunshine early this morning, but cold today, so keep that in mind. As of right now, 9 degrees over in Peggy's Cove. We are seeing cooler temperatures for much of Atlantic Canada today. 4 degrees starting off your day in Fredericton, and 9 over in Charlottetown, 8 degrees currently in Halifax, 11 early this morning in Sydney, much warmer into St. John's, Newfoundland with 19 degrees. Still seeing air quality statement in effect for Kings and Annapolis counties due to wildfire smoke, seeing a reduction in local air quality. We also have frost advisories in effect across New Brunswick, also affecting Halifax and western Nova Scotia for early Friday morning. We do have some sunshine in our forecast for parts of the Maritime region, but also seeing some precipitation. Parts of Prince Edward Island, eastern Nova Scotia, and Cape Breton seeing a chance of some scattered showers. Periods of rain over in Newfoundland throughout the day today, and a chance of flurries expected for parts of Labrador. Into the afternoon, seeing a chance of some isolated showers returning across New Brunswick. Taking us into the evening and overnight hours, still seeing some spotty shower activity into early Friday morning. A risk of frost for New Brunswick and parts of Nova Scotia, as well as that precipitation starting to clear out, leaving sunshine for much of the Maritime region into Friday's forecast, although still feeling quite cool. So if you're wondering about the precipitation totals, we are going to see the heaviest expected, estimated around 2 to 40 millimeters for Cape Breton Island, as well as seeing around 5 to 30 millimeters across Newfoundland. For today, we're starting off the day in New Brunswick with sunshine and then seeing a chance of isolated showers into the northern region this afternoon. Daytime highs ranging from 8 to 12 degrees being the warmest into Grand Manan. Over to Prince Edward Island, looking at a high of 9 degrees today. Scattered showers on and off throughout the day. Wind also going to be quite breezy, to say the least, out of the northwest, 30 gusting to 50. For Cape Breton, eastern mainland Nova Scotia, highs will range from 8 to 12 degrees today, looking at scattered showers as well. And for the rest of Nova Scotia, highs between 9 to 11 degrees, so still remaining below seasonal today. Lots of sunshine starts off the day into the afternoon for the Tri-County area, seeing a chance of showers returning. For mainland Nova Scotia, a chance of isolated showers into the evening. For Newfoundland and Labrador, it's going to be cooler in Labrador City with 3 degrees as your daytime high, looking at a chance of flurries. Into St. John's, much warmer, 19 degrees with periods of rain expected. Friday's forecast as we inch towards the Thanksgiving long weekend. We are going to see sunshine return for the Maritime region, remaining cool though, and we are going to see a chance of isolated showers lingering for parts of Cape Breton Island, a chance of showers and or flurries for parts of Labrador. For Saturday's forecast, lots of sunshine, temperatures warm back up above seasonal and going to remain quite dry for the Maritime region. So that's a look at your weather forecast. Now we'll throw things over to the experts at English Jewelers.
We are inside the Goldsmith studio at Inglis headquarters in Truro. I'm joined by Tracy Wells, and today we're going to tell you all about the Scrap Gold program. So how does it work, Tracy?
Yeah, so believe it or not, even if a piece is broken, missing a match, or out of style, it still has value. With the holidays coming up, it's the perfect time to go through your jewelry box and figure out what you're not wearing anymore.
So this is neat. I've got a lot of questions. So I'm just picturing, I opened my jewelry box up. I've got some old necklaces from when I was a kid. They don't fit anymore. They're broken. Some jewelry that my grandma gave me that's not precious to me, but you know, it's actual gold. What do I do with it?
So our process is really simple. So you just come in to one of our 4 locations. We'll get you to fill out a short form. We'll ask for a piece of photo ID as well. From there, we will weigh your items and do a quick and simple acid test to verify the gold. And then you'll choose either cash or what we highly recommend is English Jewelers store credit.
Okay, I want to dig into this a bit. So the scale itself is special. This isn't just a bathroom scale or a kitchen scale. Tell us about how special the scale is.
It is a government-issued scale that we need to use to weigh your gold every time, just to make sure that, you know, the calibration is right and you're getting the accurate amount.
And inspectors come occasionally and actually just test and make sure the calibration is on track. Okay, it's weighed now. How does the acid test work?
So our goldsmiths perform the acid test. They have a special little kit that they use. They do a little scratch on the item and drop some different types of acid on it, and then it'll tell you, one, if it is gold, and for two, what carat gold. So 10, 14 carat, 18 carat, and so on.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
All right, so let's just say we've gone through the process. I now I've been told the sum that my gold weighs, and now I've got my options. I can take cash or store credit. Why would I take the store credit option?
Store credit just gives you so much more value and flexibility. You can use it toward a brand new piece that you'll wear every day, a special holiday gift for someone you love, or even toward repair work on a piece that you already own. It's really a great way to turn something that's just sitting in a drawer into something meaningful.
For
and
sure.
lasting.
I mean, you could use it for a gift for sure, but also you could just have that credit on hand for the things we talked about before, repair, just having the jewelry cleaned every once in a while. That's wonderful. Okay, here's a question, Tracy. Do you ever get any unusual items being brought in?
Yes, actually. We accept dental gold, and believe it or not, we've had a few of those come in over the years. We've even had grills brought in. So if it's gold, don't be shy about bringing it in. We take it all.
So tomorrow is a very special opportunity for people out there. Tell us about it.
So tomorrow, Friday, October 10th, we're going to be hosting a scrap gold buying event at all 4 of our locations. So you can come in and we'll go through the steps that we talked about. And you'll even get a bonus of $25 English Jewelers spend card that you can use toward your holiday shopping as well.
Amazing. There's a lot of great stuff in here, by the way, too. I love the styles. The prices seem fantastic. And the staff is incredibly friendly around here. It's a great spot. All right, if you can't come tomorrow, how does the process work on a normal day for getting your scrap gold weighed and tested?
Yeah, so it doesn't necessarily have to be just tomorrow that you come in. We buy gold all day, every day that we're open. So you can check our website or our social media for our store hours. And yeah, come in whenever.
Come in with a little sack of gold and we'll take it from there. Wonderful. Tracy, thank you so much for this.
Thank you.
And we've put English Jewelers' website on ours to make it easy for you to find, or just pop into any of their Atlantic Canadian locations.
Thank you so much, ladies. Health and medical news now. A commonly prescribed opioid may not be doing much to ease long-term pain. That is one of the topics in Your Health. The study, published in the journal BMJ Evidence-Based Medicine, questions the effectiveness and safety of tramadol, a drug often seen as a safer alternative. The study concluded the synthetic opioid's benefits for chronic pain are limited and may not even reach the minimal threshold patients can feel. Researchers analyzed 19 clinical trials involving more than 6,500 people. They found tramadol only had a slight effect on reducing chronic pain, along with an increased risk of side effects like nausea, dizziness, constipation, and even cardiac effects. The study's lead author says the findings suggest tramadol's risks likely outweigh its benefits, and that doctors should consider alternatives before prescribing it. E-cigarettes are fueling a new wave of nicotine addiction. According to the World Health Organization, millions of children are now hooked on vaping. The WHO says in countries with data, children are on average 9 times more likely than adults to vape. The UN Health Agency said the industry was promoting vapes as supposedly less harmful products than cigarettes, but in fact was aggressively targeting young people and getting children addicted. It found at least 86 million adults and 15 million children aged 13 to 15 are vaping. Finally, women are genetically at higher risk of clinical depression than men. That's according to a new study by Australian researchers. Billed as one of the largest ever studies of its kind, scientists poured through the DNA of almost 200,000 people with depression to pinpoint shared genetic flags.
Women had almost twice as many of these genetic markers linked to depression than men. Some of these genetic changes could also alter biological pathways linked to metabolism or hormone production. Researchers say the findings could lead to changes in how depression is treated in women. The study was published in Nature Communications.
And now we'd like to introduce you to the Maritimers who are marking milestones today. It's a 60th anniversary for Barb and Arnie Mombuket of Sydney.
Congratulations, you two. What a great photo.
Happy anniversary.
And it's a 105th birthday for Angelina Mercure of Shediac, New Brunswick.
Happy birthday. What a gorgeous photo.
Great photo.
All right, well, to see your milestone again or to find out how to submit one, visit our website by scanning the QR code on your screen. And a reminder, milestones must be received 2 weeks in advance.
Milestones, brought to you by the Berkeley Retirement Residences. Love this stage of life.
Well, you may have heard the expression, not all heroes wear capes. Well, the person in our next story doesn't wear a cape, he makes bow ties.
Yep, the young man has devoted almost all of his teenage years to helping animals with his sewing machine. ABC's Danny New explains.
On this National Hero Day, we are checking in with a young man who spent much of his youth sewing bow ties for a cause.
I didn't know that making a bow tie would have this much effect on animals.
Since he was 12 years old, Sir Darius Brown has sewn thousands of bow ties for animal shelters, so dogs and cats could stand out in style on the adoption floor.
I saw that there was a need and attention to help save dogs and cats' lives.
But in a way, sewing helped save Sir Darius's life. He was born with a speech comprehension and fine motor skills delay, and he says for years only his mother and sister could understand him. Then, at 8 years old, they started teaching him how to sew.
My fine motor skills delay is not even present no more because of how much I've been able to sew.
Now, Sir Darius is the CEO of his own bow tie company called Bow and Paws, which donates a bow tie to an animal shelter for every bow tie that's purchased.
I would say find something that you're very passionate about.
In fact, over the years, with all the publicity Sir Darius has received, he says his company has been able to raise more than $500,000 to support shelter pets. Also, one more thing.
I just realized that your cardigan says 2029.
Sir Darius just started his freshman year at Morehouse College, his dream school. However, he says he was not going to be able to attend until finding out he was selected out of more than 48,000 applicants for the Gates Scholarship.
When I saw that I was accepted to Gates, Morehouse went from not being an option to the options.
But hey, he worked hard for this with a lot of studying and a whole lot of bow ties.
It has changed the trajectory of my life.
I did ask, and no, Sir Darius did not bring his sewing machine to college. He says he worked out a deal with a manufacturer so he could focus on his studies. Yeah, he's big time now. He's got a manufacturer. In New York, for ABC News, I'm Danny New.
What an incredible story. All right, now we're going to throw things over to our 3-day forecast. Today we are seeing sunshine across New Brunswick, but it is rather cold today, so keep that in mind when you are heading out. Isolated showers returns to the northern region into the afternoon. Sunshine on Friday with a high of 13 degrees and returning above seasonal for our daytime high on Saturday with 18 degrees and sunny skies return. Nova Scotia's looking at some sunshine, but also seeing a chance of some showers for different parts of the province throughout the day today with a high of 11. Friday, we're looking at sunshine for much of the province, still seeing isolated showers for Cape Breton, a high of 11, above seasonal at 16 on Saturday, and sunshine returns. Prince Edward Island looking at some wet weather today, a high of 9 degrees, 11 degrees on Friday with mainly sunny skies, and sunshine sticks around on Saturday, a high of 16.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
It's Thursday, October 9th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, heading home, Lake George wildfire evacuees are allowed to return home this morning following news that the fire has been downgraded. It's now being held. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And this business is more than just a whim. We'll introduce you to the folks behind Halifax's Whim Chocolates and hopefully taste some of their delicious creations. That's coming up in this half hour of Your Morning Atlantic. Hello, come on in, 8:01 on this Thursday, October 9th. We're very close to Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things, and I know that you just bought some new stuff yesterday, Amanda, cutlery serving stuff. I love to set a beautiful table.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. I iron all the linens. I try to use real napkins, and I have a gorgeous set of china. Because even though, when I got married, it still wasn't even like trendy to have good china, but I'm like, no. And I went and I picked out the china set, so it's beautiful china. Like, I love a fancy, full-on table.
Oh my gosh, can't wait to have Thanksgiving at your place this weekend.
You should come over sometime.
I'm like, oh yeah.
I'm not hosting this year, but I love like the platters and everything. Like, I live for that stuff.
You know, it's nice to have a bit of an elevated meal and to have some fun decorating your table or your home. Because, I mean, we've certainly had those nights where I'm like, all right, yeah, we can sit at the couch and watch TV and just scarf it down with a salad fork or something.
Sure, I do that all the time.
Yeah.
But not Thanksgiving, not for a fancy
not
meal.
Thanksgiving.
Do you like a nicely set table?
Absolutely. I feel like as we get older, we're like, ooh, like you said, china. I was like, oh, I'm getting goosebumps.
Yeah,
like, that sounds divine.
I know.
A mocktail in a nice glass.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Oh yeah, and one thing I'll add is that when I was a kid, I went to this Pioneer house and they had individual salters for every person.
Oh.
So like the thing as a grown up, now that I can make my own decisions, everybody gets their own little salt shaker.
That's adorable.
It's very fun.
That.
Oh,
Cute.
yeah.
I wonder if you'll be serving some tea because it's a little chilly.
Oh my goodness, I checked outside just now to see, like, is it still windy? It's still cold. It's, yeah. Just bundle up. Layer up today.
What a difference from Monday.
Yes, exactly. Definitely below seasonal daytime highs headed our way. Here's a live look at Charlottetown. We are seeing only 9 degrees starting off for the day. It's going to be breezy throughout the day, and we are expecting a chance of some showers moving in as well, so keep that in mind when you are heading out on your commute. A cool day ahead for much of Atlantic Canada. As of right now, 4 degrees heading outdoors in Fredericton, 8 starting off your day in Halifax, 11 in Sydney. That's not the case for St. John's, Newfoundland, though, starting off at 19 degrees. Air quality statement still remains in effect for both Kings and Annapolis counties, something to keep in mind if you are in those communities today, as well as a frost advisory now in effect for early Friday morning across New Brunswick and parts of Nova Scotia. Over to our satellite and radar, we do have sunshine in the forecast starting off the day for parts of the Maritime region, but also seeing precipitation for parts of the Maritimes, as well as periods of rain across much of Newfoundland. Over to our current winds, a breezy and cold day ahead, so keep this in mind as well, factoring in to our colder temperatures as of right now. Northwesterly winds, 43 kilometers per hour in North Cape, and looking at 37 in Canso, 35 in Grand Etang, with 33 kilometers per hour in Halifax. Wind gusts getting up to 54 right now in North Cape, 43 into Lunenburg, and 35 in Yarmouth, 50 in Canso. We'll have another look at your weather forecast just ahead, but first, we're going to take a look at your local news headlines with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. And we do begin with some good news for residents of Nova Scotia's Kings County. The Lake George wildfire is now officially being held. DNR posted the update last night explaining it means the fire not likely to move as long as conditions don't change. The post says the fire is not yet under control, so it could potentially grow beyond the 288 hectares already consumed. However, the best news is for the evacuees. They're being told they can return home today with a phased approach through a number of checkpoints. They will be required to bring ID to prove they belong there. About 350 addresses were evacuated because of the fire, which broke out weeks ago. And as the season winds down, there are questions about the cause of some of the wildfires in New Brunswick this year and how the province needs to prepare for future wildfire seasons. There have been 422 fires in the province so far. That's almost twice the 10-year average. DNR officials say they are still trying to determine what caused many of them.
No, I don't want to speculate at this point, other than we are completing an investigation of the start of that fire, and we'll see what the conclusion is after that.
I think it's important that the departments do their job to find out how that fire started. It's not for me to say.
Are you concerned that they're not doing that? Are you concerned that they're not?
I am concerned that there's not enough diligence in the investigation of these fires and to figure out how they started and make sure the public's aware, and how do we mitigate that in the future, most importantly. Those are important questions.
According to DNR's annual report, 199 of the wildfires in 23-24 were caused by humans and industry, with 10 others by lightning. To the latest on a developing court case, Nova Scotia's Deputy Chief Medical Examiner ruled Ryan Sawyer's death a homicide resulting from neck compression. The testimony came out of day 3 of Alexander Levy's trial for manslaughter and criminal negligence causing death. Levy is accused of choking Sawyer to death outside the Halifax Ale House in the early morning hours of Christmas Eve 2022. Paramedics told the trial Tuesday they couldn't find a pulse on Sawyer and CPR was unsuccessful. Testimony continues later this morning. A renewed effort to locate the missing Sullivan children has once again resulted in nothing.
No human remains were found related to this or any other investigation.
4-year-old Jack and 6-year-old Lily vanished from their rural home in Lansdowne Station more than 5 months ago, prompting a massive ongoing investigation. The latest tactic saw specially trained cadaver dogs from Western Canada comb a large area over 3 days, but they too found no sign of the missing children. RCMP are still treating this as a missing persons case, adding they are still receiving tips and have hours of surveillance video to go through. For now, there are no new searches planned unless new information comes in. New Brunswick has released its new 5-year health plan.
Getting access to care at any age is a real challenge. We have a pressure on our hospitals and our acute care system that has grown and grown and grown over the years.
The plan puts a focus on 6 main areas: primary care, workforce, seniors, mental health and addictions, acute care, and connected care. The plan's success rides on the improvements to the first priority area, that's primary care. Around 77% of New Brunswickers have a primary care provider, but only 34% of those people can actually get care within 5 days. Finally, New Brunswick's newest millionaires say they still can't believe they won $15 million, but add the money won't change their lives too much.
There's just a few more zeros in my bank account. That's it.
We will never let money come between the relationship we've had for 54 years. We're still in love, and that's about all I can tell you.
Salt of the earth. Gary and Sharon from St. Margaret's, they've been buying lotto tickets on a regular basis for years. After checking their Lotto Max ticket late last month, they did that online. They got a message saying they won a major prize. They were given a number to call. They called that number. A woman on the line told them they were millionaires. They couldn't believe it. But I think with all those balloons and that big check, it's real now. The couple say they'll give a portion of their winnings to their grandchildren, and some of it will also go to charity.
Oh, maybe they should travel. You know?
Ooh, maybe they could do a little trip.
Maybe go to Denmark. Oh, that's
yeah,
where our next
Denmark
story
would be
brings
a
us.
great
Although this
place
is
to
a
go.
serious story. Denmark plans to ban social media for users younger than 15. Yeah, the country's prime minister says mobile phones and social media are, quote, stealing our children's childhood. She's called on lawmakers to ban more social media for children under 15, with parents able to give their kids permission to use it from the age of 13. In the European Union, children must be at least 13 to make social media accounts, but Danish data shows that 94% of Danish children have social media before that age. Prime Minister pointed to anxiety, depression, and a lack of concentration, saying children see things on screen that they shouldn't. So interesting that legislation not through yet, but she's highly recommending that it does happen.
I absolutely agree with this.
I think so too, actually. We should follow her lead. It's not a bad idea.
Well, still stick around with us on this Thursday, because coming up after the break, I'll have the latest national and international headlines. Latavia has a forecast and also a little sweet treat as well.
Looks so good.
I know, this is more than just a whim. We'll introduce you to the owners of Halifax's Whim Chocolate and check out their beautiful creations later this half hour. Please stick around.
beautiful sunny start to your Thursday morning over in Somerville. Welcome back. The time now is 8:12. Sunny but cold, so keep that in mind when you are heading out. Only 7 degrees in your area, and it's feeling quite cold across much of the region today. And below seasonal daytime highs headed our way for much of Atlantic Canada. As you head out this morning, layers will be playing a role in your morning commute. Currently only 3 degrees as you head outdoors in Fredericton, 9 starting off your day in Charlottetown with 8 degrees in Halifax, 11 in Sydney, 19 over in St. John's, Newfoundland. We do have air quality statement in effect today for Kings and Annapolis counties, still seeing wildfire smoke playing a role in reduction of local air quality. And also frost advisories in effect across New Brunswick and parts of Nova Scotia for early Friday morning. Sunshine starting off the day for parts of the Maritime region, but we also have precipitation in the forecast, a chance of some scattered showers for parts of Prince Edward Island, as well as eastern Nova Scotia, Cape Breton, and seeing periods of rain right across Newfoundland today. Also seeing a chance of flurries for parts of Labrador. And then into the afternoon, we do have some isolated showers returning for parts of New Brunswick, taking us into the evening and overnight hours. Remaining cold, we're going to see that risk of frost across New Brunswick and parts of Nova Scotia. And seeing a bit of precipitation starting off into our overnights. Clearing as we head towards early Friday morning for the most part. Seeing lots of sunshine remain in the forecast and cooler temperatures yet again in Friday. So if you're wondering about the precipitation totals, we're looking at around 2 to 40 millimeters at its heaviest for parts of Cape Breton Island. Also expecting around 5 to 30 millimeters of precipitation for Newfoundland. Over to our forecast today for New Brunswick. Lots of sunshine starting off your day. We do have that chance of some isolated showers into the northern region into the afternoon. And daytime highs will range from 8 to 12 degrees, being the warmest into Grand Manan and Bathurst. A high of 9 degrees for Prince Edward Island, looking at some scattered showers on and off throughout the day today, and wind gusts getting up to 50. And then for Cape Breton, eastern mainland Nova Scotia, same thing applies. Scattered showers expected throughout the day with highs between 8 to 12 degrees being the warmest into Sydney. For the rest of Nova Scotia, highs will range from 9 to 11 degrees. Sunshine throughout your day today. Seeing a chance of some isolated showers into the Tri-County area this afternoon. And for the evening, we're looking at isolated showers for mainland Nova Scotia. A chance of flurries today for Labrador. A high of 4 degrees for Labrador City, 20 into St. John's, Newfoundland, looking at periods of rain throughout the day. Friday's forecast, although a bit warmer, still going to be quite cool for the region. We're going to see sunshine as we end off the work week for much of the Maritimes. Isolated showers still sticking around for parts of Cape Breton Island. And then into our forecast for Saturday, sunshine returns and above seasonal daytime highs return as well. That's a look at your weather forecast. We'll throw things over to Amanda for your national and international news headlines.
Thank you, Latavia. Time is 8:15. The Prime Minister is back in Ottawa after his face-to-face with Donald Trump. The U.S. Commerce Secretary is making headlines for dismissing any prospect of a comprehensive auto deal with Canada or the kind of free trade regime North America has been used to. CTV's Michael Couture on the reaction and what else came up in that Washington meeting.
Prime Minister, did you and Mr. Trump agree to revive the Keystone XL pipeline?
Very good discussions on a wide range of issues, and I look forward to talking to Parliament.
A source with knowledge of the discussions in the Oval Office yesterday confirms reviving the Keystone XL pipeline was raised between the two leaders. The extension would bring Alberta crude into the U.S. It was in the context of more energy cooperation between the two countries, but was also linked to relief on steel and aluminum tariffs.
Certainly, it could be another one of the levers that increases North American energy security, and so it certainly warrants exploring.
South Bow is now the proponent of the project, and while the Canadian company isn't privy to conversations between the governments, a spokesperson tells CTV News, quote, South Bow is supportive of efforts to find solutions that increase the transportation of Canadian crude oil. While a pipeline may be possible, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick is dismissing the prospect of an auto deal with Canada. Sources say at a Eurasia Group summit, Lutnick said the Americans could continue buying auto parts from Canada, but that's about it.
Auto pack's been around since the 1960s. You can't unscramble an egg, you have to make the omelet larger.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition. On Parliament Hill, Opposition Leader Pierre Poilievre called out the Prime Minister for not getting a deal in D.C. and promising more investment in the U.S.
Mr. President, you have been warned. If you put in another tariff, he's going to give you yet another $1 trillion. This is the tough negotiator that we hired?
We have the best deal with the Americans. And the third thing that's true is we will get an even better deal because we...
At that same Eurasia Group summit where Lutnick made the comments about the auto sector, Carney said there will be some bilateral deals alongside CUSMA, as there currently are, adding it's just one of the realities of these negotiations.
CTV's Mike Locatour reporting from Ottawa. Finally, for the first time in nearly a decade, Toronto Blue Jays are advancing to the American League's Championship Series after a massive victory last night.
The 1-2 pitch. Got him! Jeff Hoffman strikes out Cody Bellinger, and the Blue Jays have done it.
The Jays started strong and carried that momentum, knocking off the New York Yankees with a 5-2 win. The fan base can now celebrate a long-awaited Blue Jays playoff series win. The Jays' next opponent is the winner of the Detroit-Seattle series, and that series is tied at 2-2. Hopefully they're dried off by now. A quick break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, we'll be trying some local delicious chocolate. That's coming up on the other side of this break. Please stay with us.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100.
Time to take another look at today's code word as we're giving away $20,000. So today's code word is relax. You can head over to the contest page on ctvatlantic.ca or scan the QR code on your screen. Enter relax along with your information for a chance to win $20,000. Make sure to watch us tomorrow. We'll have a brand new code word. All right, now we're going to throw things over to Crystal.
Thanks, Latavia. 8:22. Now, if you love chocolate as much as we do, you're going to want to pay attention to our next interview. Whim Chocolate makes handmade small batch artisan chocolate using only the finest ingredients. So joining us now are chocolatiers Marshall Parker and Inga Kiss. Thank you so much for coming in. I can't wait to taste your chocolate.
Well, thanks for having us.
You brought it. Look at all the different things we can taste. I don't know if we're going to get to all of it. For our viewers who aren't familiar with Whim Chocolate, what sets your chocolate apart from everybody else?
Well, we like to do crazy, unusual flavor combinations with chocolate. So as you can see, we have a coconut burfi, a sage, vanilla, pistachio, and sea salt, honey and sesame.
Wow. Okay, yeah, those are unusual flavors for sure. And we'll get to the tasting in a second. Inga, I understand that the company even started on a whim. Tell us why it's called Whim.
Well, so the reason the company got started was because I love chocolate, and there was so much bad chocolate out there. So I bought a bar, and it was beautifully packaged and expensive, and I took it home, and it was terrible. And I thought, well, we can do a better job ourselves. And so we started concocting all these crazy flavors. And then when we were trying to come up with the name, I turned to Marshall and I said, you know, we need something whimsical, something whimsy. And he said, well, what about whim? And I thought, well, that's it. Brilliant. We should totally call it whim. And so all of our flavors are made on a whim. So it seemed to fit.
That's fun. All right, you brought in so many different flavors. Let's start with a big hit. The milk chocolate with sage, vanilla, pistachio, and sea salt. I'm going to taste it. Tell us, use the tongs, Crystal. Be polite. Here we go. And tell us about how this was in ice cream this summer.
Well, we actually were lucky enough to do a smash up with Dee Dee's. So our sage, vanilla, pistachio, and sea salt was in their sage, milk chocolate, pistachio ice cream in August.
Oh my gosh, that's really good.
But people always ask us where we come up with the flavor ideas.
Why the sage?
Well, we were in the Mad River Valley of Vermont. One time we went to a restaurant called Sage, and they had a sage and vanilla salad dressing. And normally might not be the thing that you would pick, but we tried it and it was amazing. So we said, okay, well, how can we do that in chocolate?
It really works. It sometimes brings the chocolate out of it really works.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Okay, where should I go next in my flavor journal? I'm open to anything.
Well, it is that time of season. Would you like to try the cayenne spice pumpkin pie?
Yeah. Okay, whose idea was this? Was this yours, Inga?
I'd like to claim it, but Marshall is the crazy brains behind the seasonal flavors.
Well, we have done sort of a pumpkin seed flavor in the past, but we did it with chai. And so this time we tried to change it up a little bit.
It's got like a chai vibe. It's really good. And the cayenne is not super spicy. Well, it's hitting me now, actually, the spice.
Get it on the afternoon.
Wow. Oh my gosh, this is great. First of all, can I just talk about your packaging? It's so beautiful.
Well, this was a conscious decision, really, because of the story that Inga just told. We wanted people to see exactly what they're going to get when they get the chocolate.
And they're fun. Like, this would be great for gifting. I'd feel bad to open it up, but that's awesome. Can you get the, like, can I just, well, first of all, I haven't visited the shops yet. You have a couple locations. Where can people find you?
So we have 2 locations, one in the North End on Agricola Street, at 2530 Agricola Street, and then the other one is in Richmond Yards, just close by the studio here. And it's right in Richmond Yards on Clifton Street, 2749 Clifton Street.
Okay, so they're both in the North End, and we will put a link on our website to their locations and of course, shopping online. I love that. Okay, let's try some more. The flavor combinations are so cool.
Sure. We normally do 8 flavors a season, so it's seasonal. So for the holidays, there'll be 8 totally different flavors.
Are you serious? When will that happen?
It's probably going to happen at the beginning of November.
Oh my gosh. And the 2 of you are working together, mixing up chocolate, small batch. What's it like to work as a couple, as a business? I can imagine that would be challenging.
Well, we kind of split the business a little bit. That we have a specialty food shop called Frabjous Delight Specialty Food, and that surrounds the chocolate. So Inga primarily takes care of the specialty food, and I primarily take care of the chocolate. But that being said, Inga started making some specialty chocolate. So we do dark chocolate covered orange peel, dark chocolate covered ginger.
Oh my gosh. I can't wait to come in and try. We're out of time, but I'm going to try one more before I throw it to Latavia. Latavia, this is gold chocolate with brandy, apple, and pecan. Gold chocolate. Never had that before.
It's caramelized white chocolate.
Okay. Well, it's delicious. Spoiler alert. Thank you both for coming in. Latavia, you got to get in here after weather and try this.
Absolutely, Crystal. We're drinking a
Still ahead this morning, happy Friendsgiving. Whether you're looking for theme ideas or products to make prep work easier, we've got you covered. That's in their last 30 minutes of Your Morning Atlantic.
Welcome back. Time now is 8:30 on your Thursday morning. Getting close to the wrap-up of the show, which is wild to think. And Amanda got some chocolate. She's enjoying that.
What are your thoughts on the chocolate?
Oh my gosh, amazing. Especially if you love chocolate, but you're like, I want something elevated and a little different with the different flavors. So good. I have to tell you, during the commercial break, Crystal was like, come on in, guys, have some chocolate. The way our control room and people in our newsroom, we flocked over.
Oh my goodness.
It was like a buffet of chocolate.
Oh, I hope there's some left for me.
No, there's tons.
No.
No,
it's
Joel
all
got
gone.
me some chocolate.
Joel.
You're so kind. Thank you so much, Joel.
Thank you.
Oh, you're the best. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Pleased to have friends here.
All right.
So good. So
All right,
good.
well, I'll eat this after, but first we're going to inform everyone about the weather. It is cold outside, so prepare yourself. We are going to see breezy winds also playing a factor early this morning as well. Here's a live look at Port de Grave. It's going to be a warm start to the day in your area, though. We are seeing around 18 to 19 degrees right now for parts of Newfoundland. It's going to be quite a warmer day ahead. But for the Maritime region, only 3 degrees heading outdoors in Fredericton, 9 in Charlottetown with 8 degrees in Halifax, 11 into Sydney. Air quality statement remains in effect for Kings and Annapolis counties. We have frost advisories in effect for New Brunswick as well as parts of Nova Scotia for early Friday morning. And we do have sunshine in the forecast, but not helping to warm things up, though. Below seasonal daytime highs for much of the region, some scattered showers for parts of the Maritime region, and periods of rain still track across much of Newfoundland today. Wind out of the northwest, a breezy day ahead, 43 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 41 in Canso with 31 in Halifax and Lunenburg. Wind gusts as of right now getting up to 43 kilometers per hour in Grand Etang, 39 in Charlottetown with 33 in Moncton as well as into Sydney. We'll have one last look at your weather forecast, but first one last look at your local news headlines with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Time is 8:32. Wildfire evacuees in Nova Scotia's Annapolis Valley are returning home today. The Lake George fire began in late September and resulted in an evacuation affecting 350 addresses. A phased re-entry for local residents is set to begin this morning. The wildfire is estimated to be just under 3 square kilometers in size and is not currently expected to grow or move. A renewed effort to locate the missing Sullivan children has once again resulted in nothing.
No human remains were found related to this or any other investigation.
4-year-old Jack and 6-year-old Lily vanished from their rural home in Lansdowne Station more than 5 months ago, prompting a massive ongoing investigation. The latest tactics saw specially trained cadaver dogs from Western Canada comb a large area over 3 days, but they too found no sign of the missing children. RCMP say they are still treating this as a missing persons case, and they are still receiving tips. New Brunswick has released its new 5-year health plan.
Getting access to care at any age is a real challenge. We have a pressure on our hospitals and our acute care system that has grown and grown and grown over the years.
The plan puts the focus on 6 main areas: primary care, workforce, seniors, mental health and addictions, acute care, and connected care. The plan's success rides on improvements to the first priority area, which is primary care. Around 77% of New Brunswickers have a primary care provider, but only 34% of those people can actually get care within 5 days. Keeping the health news going as the federal government releases new data showing an uptick in positive tests and outbreaks linked to COVID-19. New numbers from NANO show nearly 6 in 10 Canadians prefer that provinces cover the cost of COVID-19 vaccines, instead making them free of charge. For more on this, we bring in CTV Scott Hurst. Scott, what do the numbers tell us about the impact of COVID-19 right now?
Good morning, Amanda. Positive tests and outbreaks linked to COVID-19 in Canada, as you mentioned, are increasing. That's according to the latest data from the federal government. It has also meant a growing number of hospitalizations across the country linked to COVID-19. So let's break down the latest numbers, the latest federal data, and ultimately what it means for you. The latest report found just over 11% of COVID-19 tests came back as positive. That totaled about 2,800 detections, the majority in the 65-plus age group. Ultimately, the government data is classifying the increase as moderate to low in the provinces reporting new data. But the trend line here is on the rise. Since the end of August, the test positivity rate was about 7%, and every week of collecting national data since then, it has slowly increased to now just over 11%, as I mentioned. And so that's, Amanda, really the broad snapshot of where we stand right now when it comes to COVID-19 cases across the country.
Scott, let's talk about money matters now. How do Canadians feel about having to pay for the vaccine in certain provinces if you're not high risk?
Yeah, COVID-19 shots, the vaccines, are no longer free for all in certain provinces, and a majority of Canadians do not appear to support that. Now, federal funding for COVID-19 vaccines stopped earlier this year, meaning provinces and territories are now responsible for buying them. And now, if you're part of a group deemed high risk, it is still free across the board. However, in Alberta and Quebec, for people other than those in the category deemed high risk, you might have to pay anywhere between $100 to $180. Now, according to new polling from Nanos Research for CTV News, almost 60% of Canadians would rather see the vaccines still be free for all. Just shy of 30% are on board with keeping it free for those high-risk groups, and about 11% believe everyone should have to pay, Amanda.
Okay, Scott, thank you so much for the update this morning.
Thank you.
CTV Scott Hurst reporting live for us from our national newsroom in Toronto. Thank you, Scott. Finally, news you can use, from prank calls to accidental crash alerts. Police and fire officials in Nova Scotia are raising awareness about misdials and misleading calls to 911.
One of the issues is that it is a criminal offense. Making a false report is a crime, and so these are being investigated in that sense. But the bigger issue is that it takes resources and tools away from places where they're needed and sends them to places where they're not.
For example, over the weekend, RCMP sent crews out to a home in Cambridge after someone called to report gunshots. When officers arrived, they learned it was a false call. Just 1 hour later, officers were called back to that same home to help fire services investigate a call about an illegal burn, and that, too, police say was a lie. Now, it is worth noting, police do encourage people to report real emergencies to 911. It is the false calls they're warning people. It will not be tolerated. Using up valuable resources, you could face a charge as well. But yes, if you're in an emergency, they want you to call that number. But no prank calls.
Yeah, that's terrible. What a waste of resources and time. You could be taking that time away from somebody who really needs to be helped.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. So we do have more details on that report if you have some questions on our website, ctvnewsatlantic.ca, including false calls, like your phone thinking there's an emergency and calling resources too. Those details can be found on the article online.
Okay, perfect.
News you can use.
Here's some more news you can use. It could be your chance for the adventure of a lifetime. Oh yeah, casting is now open for season 12 of The Amazing Race Canada. If you're up for the challenge, you're going to need to find a partner who could be a relative, friend, spouse, or just someone you're close to, and send in an application. The show's looking for people who are adventurous, problem solvers, and strong communicators. You can head to ctv.ca/The Amazing Race Canada for all the information on how to apply.
You two get on this. You could win.
Yes.
Sure, I truly believe that.
It would be fun
too.
No, I
definitely. Oh yeah, all three. Maybe they'd allow a trio.
Oh my gosh, a trio. Could you?
I'd come along for the ride.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. You would be so useful.
You'd be the cheerleader. You'd be like, you go, you go.
You win a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. When we interviewed the winners for season 12 not too long ago on this show, and of course, so many Atlantic Canadians have competed on it.
Oh, yeah. No, it's awesome. So it's open now. Now's your chance. Please enter. We want some good Atlantic Canadian people in there.
Absolutely. And now we're going to take a look at your community calendar. So the Fall Festival returns in Waterford, New Brunswick this weekend. You can head over to Polly Mountain to enjoy the fall foliage, a market on the mountain. Sounds so cool. Live music and so much more. For additional details, head over to the website on your screen. And country artist Amanda Keels' Can't Stop Me Now tour lands in Summerside tonight for a performance at the Harbourfront Theatre. The show is guaranteed to deliver powerful vocals and high energy. To get your tickets, head over to harbourfronttheatre.com. And the 3rd annual Quilt and Artisans Market returns to Port Hastings this week. Enjoy craftsmanship and Cape Breton heritage, showcasing an impressive collection of quilts and textile skills by local artisans. The market kicks off today from 4 to 8 p.m. and runs until October 13th. For additional information, head over to the website on your screen as well. And if you do have an upcoming event, please send us the details, yourmorningatlantic@ctv.ca.
Thank you so much for that, Latavia. Send us a text too at 10400. We're going to take another break on this Thursday morning. Show isn't over yet. We're going to have the Move Morning Chat, and we're talking about Friendsgiving. If you're hosting that this year, hosting is fun, but we know it can be work. We're going to get some tips to make it a little easier. The forecast and that conversation. I know. How funky is this? Look at those details after the break.
Welcome back. The time now is 8:43. We're taking a live look at a sunny start to the day over at the Confederation Bridge. A cold start to the day, though, only 7 degrees in your area. We are suggesting that you bundle up when you head out on your morning commute. It's going to be quite windy and cool for much of the region. 3 degrees as you head outdoors early this morning in Fredericton, 9 in Charlottetown with 8 starting off your day in Halifax, 11 in Sydney, much cooler in Labrador City with -1. Much warmer for St. John's, Newfoundland, starting off at 19 degrees. Air quality statement remains in effect today for both Kings and Annapolis counties. We are seeing that reduction in local air quality due to wildfire smoke, as well as frost advisories in effect for early Friday morning across New Brunswick and parts of Nova Scotia. Over to our forecast timeline. Sunshine starts off the day for parts of the Maritime region, but also seeing some precipitation. Looking at a chance of some isolated showers to the northern region of New Brunswick, as well as parts of Prince Edward Island, eastern Nova Scotia, and Cape Breton. Looking at some scattered showers. Looking at a chance of flurries returning for parts of Labrador and periods of rain for Newfoundland. Into the afternoon, much of the same expected. Some spotty showers remain across the Maritimes, seeing the heavier rainfall over in Newfoundland. Taking us into the evening and overnight hours, partly cloudy skies for the most part, and precipitation will begin to clear out as we head towards early Friday morning. We do have that risk of frost across New Brunswick and parts of Nova Scotia. And it's going to be another cool day ahead for Friday, but seeing sunshine for the most part. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, going to see the heaviest into Cape Breton Island, looking at an estimated 2 to 40 millimeters expected. Also expecting approximately 5 to 30 millimeters across Newfoundland. Lots of sunshine starts off the day for New Brunswick. It's going to remain quite cool for our daytime highs between 8 to 12 degrees, seeing a chance of some isolated showers for the northern region into the afternoon. Prince Edward Island's looking at a high of 9 degrees today. We do have some scattered showers expected on and off throughout the day. Same thing goes for Cape Breton, eastern mainland Nova Scotia. Highs totaling 8 to 12 degrees. Pretty cool starting off your day and remains so. And seeing that precipitation into the afternoon for the Tri-County area, only around a 30% chance of it happening. And for mainland Nova Scotia, seeing a chance of showers returns into the evening. Highs between 9 to 11. For Newfoundland and Labrador, 4 degrees for Labrador City, seeing that chance of flurries today. A high of 20 degrees for St. John's and looking at periods of rain. Friday's forecast, lots of sunshine. We do have a chance of some isolated showers returning for Cape Breton, seeing a chance of some mixed precipitation for Labrador. Saturday's forecast, much of the same. Lots of sunny, dry conditions for much of Atlantic Canada, seeing a chance of showers for parts of Labrador, and temperatures warm up above seasonal for much of the region. That's a look at your weather. We'll throw things over to Crystal.
Thanks, Latavia. It's 8:46, and there's still a little bit of time left if you want to weigh in on our Move Morning Chat today. What's the Thanksgiving food you secretly can't stand, and why? We want to hear from you. Text us at 10400, and we're going to have your responses in just a few minutes at the end of the show. Now we'll turn our attention back over to Latavia.
As we all know, friends can often turn into our chosen family, and because of this year you may be choosing to host Friendsgiving instead of a traditional Thanksgiving. If that is you, we have our partner, Rachel Node, parenting and lifestyle contributor, joining us to share suggestions on ways you can make it fun and celebrate in style with your favorite turkeys. Good morning, Rachel.
Good morning. We're almost there, right?
We are inching close. So obviously some people, like we just mentioned, prefer to host a Friendsgiving instead of a traditional Thanksgiving. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm one of those people. I'm based in Toronto, but most of my family is away in Winnipeg. So Friendsgiving is something I do on a yearly basis because, like you said, some of our friends, they do turn into family. So I like to sort of gather us and have fun, and just a great evening.
Absolutely. And if someone is looking to up their Friendsgiving festivities, what is an item that you're adding to your event this year?
Well, I love Friendsgiving because I feel like it's just a fun, chill night where you and your friends can get together over some great food and drinks. I'm always looking to up my Friendsgiving game with some like cool and fun gadgets. And I think I found one that you and your buds will fall for too. This is the Ninja Slushie. It's perfect for making big batches of delicious in advance for your besties. It has an 88-ounce capacity. So this is great for, serving up a crowd. And I feel like it's just a fun way to put a twist on all of our fall favorites. So why not serve an apple cider slushie with your appetizers? Or maybe your Friendsgiving is going to be a brunch. And so why not make a pumpkin spice frappe slushie with your brunch? And of course, you can add alcohol to any of these drinks if you want to, or not if you want to keep it family friendly. What's really cool about this machine is that it serves frozen drinks, but it doesn't need ice. It has a rapid chill technology that freezes liquid evenly for a smooth and flavorful result. And it's super easy to use. There's 5 preset buttons, so you can control the texture of the drink. Maybe you want something light and sippable. Maybe you want it thick and spoon-worthy. It's totally up to you. If you're stuck for ideas, check out sharkninja.ca because there's tons of recipes on there.
That sounds incredible. I don't care what the weather is. A slushie, I'm always down. And if you are actually the one in charge of cooking this year in this feast, if you needed some assistance, what can you recommend?
Okay, so story time. Sometimes when I'm in the kitchen and I've got lots of pots and pans on the go, yeah, I need help in the kitchen, to make sure that things don't go awry or they don't burn. Also, true story, I hate it when people are in the kitchen with me trying to help so nothing goes awry or burns. So this year I have found the solution to stress-free cooking support. It is this automatic stirrer from Lee Valley. This is great because it keeps your dishes moving. So maybe you can go to to the door and greet your guests, or maybe you can concentrate on other aspects of your meal. The feet are designed to sweep the bottom of the pot or the pan while keeping the stirrer in motion. It lifts the contents to make sure that nothing settles or burns. It has the 3 settings to accommodate various thickness depending on what you're stirring. And the nylon legs are heat resistant and dishwasher safe, which is great for easy peasy, cleanup. And you can shop this at your local Lee Valley or online at leevalley.com.
That sounds really handy. Okay, so if you decide you're not cooking, but instead you want to host a potluck-style dinner this year, or you just want to spruce up your festivities with your friends, what can you suggest for us?
Well, that's the beauty of Friendsgiving, right? Like, it's a lot of times it's done potluck style where everybody can, bring a dish and you can enjoy each other's cooking. But instead of, leaving it up to everybody where, everybody brings like their own veggie tray, before you know it, you've got 5 trays of veggie seeds. Why not make it a theme? It just makes the evening more fun. So why not say, hey, everybody bring their favorite childhood dish, or everybody bring something that signifies cozy, or bring something that starts with the first letter of your name. It just puts a fun twist on the evening.
I actually love that idea. Theme it. Why not?
Why not?
Exactly.
And also,
yeah,
and
go ahead.
you're gonna want to remember this evening. So like, create a photo op so people can take, Instagram worthy shots. And you don't need an extravagant setup. A blanket and some twinkly fairy lights will go a long way. And even make up a hashtag. Why not?
That sounds incredible. Well, thank you so much, Rachel, for joining us and sharing these tips.
Oh, thank you. Happy Friendsgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, or Friendsgiving, whatever you choose to do this year. And that was our partner, parenting contributor, Rachel Node.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Hey, welcome back. We've had turkey on the brain all morning as we look forward to the Thanksgiving weekend, and that was part of our Move Morning Chat. Today we're asking if there is part of the Thanksgiving meal that you absolutely do not like and say no to. We shared our thoughts earlier in the show, and now we are sharing yours. We begin with Leni, who says, you're going to like this one, Crystal. I don't like sweet potatoes. They're too sweet, especially with brown sugar in them and marshmallow.
There you go.
Hello, Leni. I'm with you.
Yeah, I can see that being too sweet.
Yeah.
There is one my mother-in-law makes with maple syrup. Oh, it's good. That one is my favorite. This, Amanda, is definitely not me. It's Amanda B. Homemade stuffing. Yuck.
Oh, I love stuffing.
I actually like it too, but I love that, Amanda, you're brave enough to say that, because that is
good for you.
That's shocking.
Listen, you're all brave too. Now, I don't know how many people serve lemon, like lemon meringue pie, but some do. Monica says, I dislike lemon pie. Actually, I dislike anything lemon. That response coming from Monica.
Thanks, Monica. Yeah. No lemon for Monica.
No lemon for... Okay, you know what was the big answer we got?
Yeah.
Cranberries.
Okay.
Yeah, Cindy says, I can't stand whole cranberry sauce. Way too lumpy for me. Tanya says, cranberry, it's just so sour. I've never liked it. Avoid at all costs. Karen says, thing I don't like at Thanksgiving dinner is cranberry jelly. Smoother,
my gosh.
Chunky. It's a texture thing, I guess. Finally, it's a whole thing for Nicole. The traditional Thanksgiving dinner is so overrated. Turkey equals bland. Stuffing equals gross. Mashed potatoes equal meh. I prefer to order food in, like a feed of some Chinese food or lobster for my wife.
You know what? That's okay, Nicole. It's all good.
I love that.
Do what you will.
That is hilarious. Oh my gosh. Can I just one more note on the cranberry sauce? My favorite is you open the can and you've got the ridges of the can are still visible when it's put on the table.
Oh, when it's just, it goes shh.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. This is a very short little kicker, but kind of funny. They say if you're frustrated, go scream into a pillow or go into the forest where no one will hear you.
Oh, I know this one. Oh, this one's funny.
Oh my gosh.
One of my favorite online videos.
It's a great one. It's a great one. Yeah, exactly. Well, she got the scream in that she was looking for.
Who was more scared, her or the guy who was
exactly.
for
Weird positioning as well. Because she's taking a stretch as well as screaming.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my gosh. Well, that is our show for today. Please join us tomorrow morning, bright and early at 6 a.m. Enjoy your Thursday.